Yeah, so the last thing that happened was Trip had gone over. These two young lads here were being rather brash and rude. Trip had gone over there and used a certain insulting cantrip, which they successfully managed to save against. But before anything bad happened, the innkeeper, as it were, Erwin Mardikoff, kind of rushed over, tried to smooth everything down, calm stuff down, gave them some free drinks, and pointed out, don't piss them off because they're connected, and that won't be a good thing. And that's kind of where we left off. But our heroes had recently literally just come in off the streets after dispatching vampires and doing lots of fun stuff. Jordan, CFJD, thanks for hitting us up with a little raid. Thank you, guys. So, yeah. Mildwoods, what are you up to?
We're not actually on the map.
Good. That's an excellent way to start.
Clear the mind. This is an exercise. Practice.
Right.
I can't get into character until I know what table I'm at.
And as a reminder, did all of us hear Trip having this
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was only two
I think
tables
we
over.
all
The
were
altercation
involved.
happened kind of like right
Okay.
here. And you guys are seated down here.
Sure.
Yeah, and I was not being quiet about it. I was basically picking a fight to try and blow steam, and then I found out, oh, don't pick a fight with those guys.
No.
All
So
right.
I'm just like sitting down defeated at this point, and Seth kind of talked me down.
No, I didn't talk you down. I basically said good job. Like I kind of
Yeah,
encouraged you.
no, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
encouragement kind of like made me like, well, at least.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, after
Trip
finishing
is trying
their
to ruin
free
this family.
drinks, the two young nobles
Now
will get up and wander through the door, stopping briefly in the foyer to kind of glance a look at you, and then one of them just looks at the other one, smirks, he kind of elbows him in the ribs and laughs, and then they just kind of like turn around and walk out, ignoring you.
Well,
Uh,
you know, we
hmm.
it's good for you for sticking up for her. It is very rude to say those kinds of things about a lady. So I'm proud of you, Trip. Maybe just give us a minute before we start fighting everyone in town.
I figured, we fought one of those things, and it was a child, and nearly got our asses kicked. We just fought like 5 of them in a row or something, and I'm not good with numbers, but we handled that pretty damn well, I would say, considering, and needed to blow some steam in a controlled environment. I'm sorry.
That's all right. It just let's not get cocky. Even
Won't
though
do it again. Yeah, won't do it again. I'm sorry. It's embarrassing.
It's all right, son. You did a good job. Have a drink with Seth, and just take a
Just
load
remember,
off.
you're a Mildwood, and if you embarrass yourself, you embarrass the entire family.
Can't wait.
Right, Dad?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Gemma is also right about that. We, as
Nobody knows where, nobody here knows us. You could just say you don't know me, just a future reference. Should I ever get myself in trouble, which I won't, I promise.
we would never abandon you. That's not.
And unfortunately,
No, strategic
for us,
lies
we look
are like a
quite
thing.
similar to each other, so I think they would just assume.
Yes, we all look
I'm
very
gonna,
alike.
I'm gonna
Besides
point,
you.
Yes, strong
Yeah,
beliefs for all of us.
I'm gonna point at the bard sitting at the counter there, and just be like, he's got wet hair. It's not that uncommon in a stressful environment for people to lose their hair color.
I think you should have done it.
You think I should have done?
Given him the old bing bang boom.
Octavius,
bad
now come on.
advice.
These are just
What they
random.
deserved. They deserved it.
Okay, well,
Let me
not
just take down in
everyone-
my notebook really quick.
Hold on.
Respect for Octavius.
Everyone,
Ah.
just because someone is not a nice person does not mean they deserve violence. We know
Dis-
that.
Disagree.
I know this town and this place begs to differ, but we can't just go around punching everybody that says something we don't like.
Oh, I don't
Well,
plan on
we're-
punching people.
We
Please.
wait to strike in the middle of the night after
No,
we
we
have a plan
don't.
devised.
Precisely,
no, we
sister.
don't
That's
need
correct.
to just insulting someone is a no-no for sure, but it is definitely not a reason to attack them in the night. I'm pretty sure about that.
Well, we know their family is wealthy and probably have a lot of enemies around here.
And gold in their house.
Don't suppose it would be totally impossible for. Oh no.
Shouldn't we save our strength for the demons and other things that are out there, not just these random jerks? Right?
Yeah, where's the news about that? I mean, we just saved this town from like their incompetent guards and eternal damnation, and our reward was these assholes. I don't understand.
It did literally just happen, so word hasn't really had a chance to spread yet.
Yeah, maybe at the festival.
Speaking of, however,
parade.
Danica, the wife to Erwin, has kind of come wandering over to your table. She kind of like crouches down low, and she's kind of kneels in between Octavius and Trip, and kind of like putting an arm on Trip's shoulder, she says, "While your actions were a little brash, I do very much appreciate the fact that you came to my defense. It was most gallant of you."
Oh, yeah, you've been nothing but absolutely perfect since we've met you. I don't understand where their contempt comes from.
Just as well, when you run an establishment like this, just as you see this, you notice how thick my skin is? It is a necessity, I'm afraid. People get a little too drunk and too carried away, and say some things they probably shouldn't. It's ins one ear and outs the other, so it never offends me.
Forcing strength onto another isn't necessarily justice. If I'm safe in saying so.
The justice that is dispensed here in Vallaki is, seldom just.
As long as you say it with a smile, it's okay, right?
I will be well. Did you need another drink? Of course, it would be on the house.
It would keep me from causing any more problems, of course, if I were to, say, blacken out in a room upstairs.
So, if you wish to take a drink up to your rooms, that's fine. But you're welcome to anything you would like from behind the bar.
One more of what is the fancy dragon one? What is it?
Superior Red Dragon Crush.
Superior Red Dragon Crush. I would
yes.
love to taste that one again. Don't pour anything large, it's enough. But I would love to taste it again, and I'll sip it.
Well, under the circumstances, I think that is something that we can arrange. And with that, she kind of like turns around, goes over to the bar, leans in, says something to her husband, who kind of reaches in underneath the bar, pulls out a bottle, hands it to her, and she brings the bottle over and puts it on the table.
You really didn't have to, but I'm not going to say no to it honestly.
There are 5 of you, so a glass each, courtesy of the Martikov family. That being said, don't get too much of a taste for it, for our stock on that, as we mentioned before, is very, very low.
Thank you. We've had a rough go at today.
Oh, that's
nothing
unfortunate.
unusual for Barovia, as it were.
Well, there's a festival tomorrow.
That
Yay!
we just saved, yes.
So there's that to look forward to.
Yes, 4 smiles. I love that.
Well,
No, actually, I'm happy. It's great.
I enjoy the wine, and thank you once again. And she kind of like goes back to serving behind the bar.
After she
She's
leaves.
great. She's great. I love her.
Yes.
Actually,
she's
somebody
great.
already did the earlier on this evening. The innkeeper actually did put a bowl down for whiskey, so whiskey's got a bowl of water too.
Good.
I think that was a good reminder of the task that we should have really been doing this entire time, but we've been distracted. That's we need to go to a place where the Red Dragon Crush is being made.
That's why I ordered it. I figured they'd have more information on the label, perhaps. But
Interesting.
they usually
Well, did
put
you
their
think they'd
address
give you
on
a
there and a
whole
link to
bottle?
their Instagram.
Well, there's no address, but the Superior Red Dragon Crush does have a silhouette of a red dragon's head on it, and underneath it does notify you that it is made at the Wizard of Wine's vineyard.
Okay, well, we'll find out where that is.
I think it's due northeast, south, east, west. I think it's west.
It's west. Okay, we'll
west.
go there and figure it out. Get some more
Well,
clues.
if you recall, I know it's been a little while, the
Yeah.
Mardukov family run that vineyard. So the innkeeper's relatives actually operate it. So he knows a fair bit about it.
Yeah. We will get directions.
Directions, maybe a tour to see
Well-
see the grounds.
I believe they're a little bit estranged here in the establishment.
Maybe you can call in a favor. See if we can help with the production.
Just as long as they don't use child's blood in the wine, no,
Well, of course not.
Delicious child's blood.
you never know.
Alright, we'll see if we can get some more information from him and go from there. Do you want to do that trip? Do you feel like doing that?
Maybe not before a bit of a rest. I'll be walking sideways, to put it frankly.
Got it. All right. Let's all just everybody need a good night's sleep. Is that fair to say?
And given the conditions of everything, I believe it was the plan of he, the devil, who shall not be named. I believe it was possibly his plan to sabotage specifically the event tomorrow. If raining chaos on a day that's supposed to spread hope. With the sabotage involved, stealing the consecrated bones and then sending his denizens to do awful things, We thwarted that end, but I would like to see if there wasn't reinforcements. Tomorrow might be a bit of a heavy day for us.
Right. All right. Then we should get some good rest tonight.
And
I'm
then
just gonna-
enjoy the festival with smiles.
Yes. I'm gonna grab my glass and then.
Oh, motherfucker.
Okay. So yeah, as you're having that discussion, 4 of the local guards come marching in through the doorway. They glance around, and their eyes firmly come to rest on your table.
Here comes the admiration, everyone.
Everyone
that's not
smile.
what this is.
Everyone smile a lot.
Get ready. Here it
Smile.
comes.
Cheers.
Do you think-
Cheers.
Do you think we're going to be rewarded?
No, I think we're about to, at least I'm about to be arrested. I'm going to take a big long swig out of the bottle directly and place the bottle down and just be like, I'll see you all tomorrow at the festival.
Okay, they kind of walk in. One of them steps up to the table and says, "Who are you?"
Oh, me? Douglas Mildwood. Pleased to meet you. This is my family here.
And they are?
My family, the Mildwoods.
Yes, what are their names? Quickly now, we have not got all day.
We got Octavius and Trip.
Yes, Octavius Eclante, Savior of Balaki.
Yep. Seth and Gemma here behind me. And this is Whiskey here. And I give him a little pat on the head.
I say, well, we have had a complaint about one of you.
Complain? Oh, why would anyone complain?
Well, Karl Wachter and his brother Nikolai approached us and said that you had tried to assault them here in this establishment. Is this true?
No, sir.
Are you
absolutely
familiar
not.
with the penalty for striking somebody or causing a public disturbance here in Volaki?
Of course, yes. We would never. We're just here having some fine wine. Would you care for a glass?
Certainly
Could I
not.
offer-
We are on duty.
Okay, well, I could.
Was
put
that an
some-
attempt
some-
at a bribe?
No. Just I wanted to share. It's a very rare varietal, I
Oh.
heard, and so I could maybe leave a bottle behind the bar for you when you get off. Your
This
shift.
certainly sounds like a bribe to me.
How can we help you?
Do you know
I
that
don't know how to
bribing's the
bribe.
gods?
No.
How can we help you, good
We're
sir?
just very excited for the festival tomorrow, and I can't wait to celebrate. Sorry.
We would like to know which of you it was that accosted the Vakta family.
There was no accostation. There was a bit of a disagreement, but no one touched anyone. It was
Yes,
all
just-
hands free.
At which point, Erwin Mardukov behind the bar does kind of pipe up. No, this is correct. There was a brief misunderstanding, but nobody resorted to any kind of violence. It was quickly diffused.
Yes,
We are
thank
straight
you.
back to smiles.
Well, as strangers, this has been brought to our attention. We just want you to know that we are watching you.
Oh, okay, good. We're excited to be watched.
Yes.
We've
When
got your
did you
backs,
come
yes.
into town, incidentally? How long have you been here?
What is this, our second day in town? We've been
There was
helping-
quite a disturbance earlier today. There was lots of yelling and screaming and people running through the town. Did you see that? Were you perhaps involved?
Involved as in we ran to aid and help. Yes,
Help? Help who?
yeah,
What was going
Help.
on?
help the townsfolk and some guards that were being attacked.
valiantly defending the city, I might add.
Yes, they were being attacked over in the center of town. So we came to their aid to help them.
And the church.
And the church, yes, definitely.
By request of the church, we had found a situation which might require our assistance, yes.
Mhm. And the orphanage
And
too.
this
We've
would
been
be
helping
done
out.
nothing
there.
but help the
confirmed?
town.
What was that?
I said this could be confirmed.
Oh
Um,
yes.
Yes,
What-
absolutely.
For example, if we was to talk to Bazalushan Petrovich, he would confirm this story that you were helping him.
Of course.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, he should.
As well, the matron of the orphanage, there was a bit of a
Madame
issue.
Velasco?
Yes.
Yes.
There was a bit of an issue with the two of them involved, which we helped aid in solving for the benefit of the lackey.
I see.
Bringing smiles
You have been
everywhere
here
we
2
go.
days, and yet you have already involved yourself in so much of our politics, it would seem.
It's a habit. We like to stick our nose in and fix things up.
Well, fortunately for you, Herr Martikov spoke in your defense, and assuming your other stories check out, you are free to go at this point. We will go and investigate further and find out exactly what we're talking about with this disturbance near the town center.
Should you ever need to find us, we intend to stay here.
This is
That's
good
right.
to know.
And should you ever need our aid for any reason, don't hesitate.
I do not think we will need your assistance.
But we do enjoy the helping.
Well,
Okay.
yes. We will be sure to mention to, Ezek that you are here.
Who's that?
He is the captain of the guard.
Oh, great.
Clearly you have
Yes,
not
he
yet
is,
seen
yes.
Ezek, as he is quite a, striking individual.
getting the
in-
sense
in
that's a
what-
bit of a crush.
In what way? Easy, Trip. Easy.
Sorry,
How-
again sticking my nose in where it might not belong. I apologize.
Ezek is, quite capable of defending this town from anything that may cause it harm. Even if a few dozen guards is not enough, he's quite capable. He works directly under the guidance of Baron Vargas Velakovich, our Burgermeister.
Well, how about this? You go investigate, do your little thing, and find out about us, what we've done.
Very
And
important
then-
investigating work.
Come back and I'll tell you something you should know.
Something I should know, but perhaps you should tell me now before I go.
I'm not going to tell you now because it might color your impression of what really happened.
Yeah, you, my friend,
Oh my god.
go ahead and give us a persuasion roll
Yeah, let's go, baby.
to see if he'll accept that or if he's going to press you further.
Oh, so close.
Almost
Almost a 19.
Damn.
He says, no, we may not have reason to come back here, so perhaps I think you should go ahead and tell me now.
Go to the church first, then the matron's house, the orphanage, then the town square, and end up at the coffin maker and arrest him. Why don't you?
Arrest the coffin maker?
Yes,
Why would
he's
we want to arrest Heinrich van der Voort?
because he's responsible for the disturbance that took place that we had to stop.
He is harboring, or had been harboring, enemies of Velaki in his attic in a way which is most not suitable for the well-being of the town, as it were.
I see. Well, we will indeed investigate this, and if we have any questions, we will come back and find you. We bid you good day.
At this point, he, to us, has confessed, but seems also likely he would do so again, so I have confidence you might not have to press him so hard.
Trust us, he will confess.
All is well, then, as it always is.
All will be well. Right, and with that, they just kind of like all turn and stomp out in unison.
Bye.
That was a good angle, and I'm gonna go ahead and slap Seth on the shoulder.
Thought I could be a little bit more convincing. Because, the coffin maker could lie and paint us in a bad light.
Yeah, but all they have to do now that I've told them he was harboring people, they just have to look in the attic, see all the shattered boxes and whatnot, and they'll, be right on it.
Right. So with that, once the guards have left, Rictavio comes and stands by the corner of your table. He says, I'm sorry. Did I overhear you say that there was some kind of disturbance near the town
yes,
square?
but not here. You heard it in our room where we should continue this conversation.
Okay, yes.
If you don't mind, family, I'm going to take the bottle and be like, anyone can join. I don't care.
Okay. So you're all going to go upstairs to your room?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Do we have a room? We do, don't we? I can't remember which rooms yours was. Oh, did you have the... Y'all had the... Yeah, I know which
We
rooms
a
you had.
few, yeah.
Okay, let me move you guys then. Oof.
Is Rictavio one of our cards? I feel like he's one of our cards. He's too convenient not to be one of our cards.
I mean, he did provide us with information the last time we spoke.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been helpful.
So you're probably better off in this larger room here. So let's move you all into here. Because this is the other room that you had.
Okay, yep. It took a bit of zooming and scrolling around, but there we are.
Yep, and you guys are poof right up here. Okay.
Plot myself in a chair. I'll take the corner one. I like corner seats.
All right. Rictavio just kind of leans into the corner. He says, "Yes. So, what was the disturbance?"
Well, do you want the long or short? You're a poet, I imagine the long.
Start with the short, and if I need you to
Okay,
elaborate,
okay.
Only there may be something that may concern me, so I need to figure that out rather quickly.
Right. So, child at the orphanage was experiencing some sort of possessive nightmare situation. This was possibly to silence him, as he had possible information towards the theft of sacred bones from the church, which were then found after a good amount of searching in the home of the coffin maker, who was promised a large amount of business should he take the bones, or at least hold them, and also was then given some unwanted house guests in his attic, where several vampire spawn were waiting at bay.
Excuse me, did you say vampire spawn?
Did you also say short version, Trip?
Yes, I'm summarizing it as succinctly as I can while providing as much information as
Trust me,
possible.
this is
This is
much
a
shorter.
typical bard speech, okay?
Much shorter than he could have made it.
I could have gone
Well,
into
in
detail.
yesteryear,
Do
we
you want
walked
to
from
know
the
the hair
road.
color of each child?
So, were there anything else involved? Do we hear any strange sounds? Anything loud or guttural? Did you hear or see anything else in the vicinity? Or was it just this vampire spawn?
Is something hunting you?
No, not at all. I'm just...
Well, they were in boxes.
It was shipped in. There is a third actor we don't know of. Tall man in a top hat, perhaps.
And these vampire spawn, where did they go?
They fled into the city to cause turmoil, and we put as many to sleep as possible. Did we get them all?
I believe so,
I
yeah.
believe we did, yes.
Well,
They are
They-
subdued.
So,
They
so
were
you killed
heading
them.
towards the church.
Destroyed all the vampire spawn. How many were there?
6.
Oh, well done. Well done indeed. That's... Bravo! Quite an achievement.
Thank you.
Yes,
It was really and I'm gonna point at Octavius. It was really him. We all just kind of took the brunt of the attacks, but
I
he,
helped.
he did do a lot of it, I must
He
admit.
does do a lot of it. He's quite specialized, this one.
A lot of it he needed me to do first, though, and then he could do a lot of it. Just
Just in the
Lest
turn
we-
order.
lest we
It's all very
forget.
complex. But is again back to this voice of yours. Oh, okay. Just go ahead, and that's fine.
no, he's kind of gone over, because you were talking specifically that Octavius was doing this and that, and he's gone over and he's like, well, apparently you were quite a remarkable little fellow, aren't you?
Don't call him little. He gets upset.
Oh, I'm sorry. A remarkable fellow. Is that okay?
Yes, I'm quite
Fine.
remarkable indeed.
Specifically, what did you do to dispatch these vampire spawn?
Specifically,
Oh, great.
Yes, what methods did you deploy?
well,
looking
Because
for
of
a
course
rhyme.
I'd like to write a story about this. Being
He's
a bard.
looking. He's looking for a rhyme. So give him very long words.
No, I will write a poem, epitaph, some form of verse, of course. Yes.
okay, yes. Well, you see, one move I did was called the intestinal rip and tear that I learned from one of my favorite books, where you pierce the abdomen with said weapon, making a big enough hole for your fist to then enter the cavity of the body, whereas then you strengthen your grip as tightly as possible, and with a jerking outward motion, you then rip the entrails out of the beast.
Octavius,
I
this is
just-
going into posterity, so you might want to make it educational.
Yes, of course. See, the body cavity houses many vital organs to most living beings, and if you could find the specific spot to quickly and efficiently end someone's life with the quickest, fastest motion, then you could switch targets and continue to eliminate.
This specifically works with.
no,
Vampire spawn,
Octavius.
does it?
Octavius.
Tell him something that works.
No, show him what you do with your weapon.
But it hurts a little bit.
Well, just
I'll
do it
heal
anyway.
You up.
It
It'll be
smarts.
fine. It'll make you feel better.
I believe
We
that
need to make him perform this man.
Ah, it's
No, we
45
do.
months.
We do.
It's
Perform.
It's perfectly fair. He's a bard
Thank
who's
you.
performed for us. We should perform for him.
indeed.
Octavius, you can say no if you want to. Just
No, it's fine. It is my duty to perform these duties.
Duties.
And I'll take out my sword because I already have my activation already on. Still, I haven't done a long rest yet.
Yep.
And I'll just sort of grip the hilt of the sword a little stronger, and a light will emit from
We saw.
He kind of like surprisedly stands back. He goes, "How remarkable!"
Yes, but stand back. This is quite a deadly weapon.
and put it back in my sheath.
Especially in the hands of a
So
trained
the-
killer like myself.
The blade, is it enchanted?
Yes, it is enchanted by. Honestly, it runs off of the life force of my entire being itself.
So, specifically, it's enchanted if you wield it, but not if anybody else does.
That is correct.
Oh, how curious. And,
He cuts himself.
I would like to sense his
I infuse
curiosity.
it.
Is he prying? Can I tell for like a reason? Does he seem spyish to you? I feel like he seems spyish. I don't know if I can.
I mean, I would allow you to make an insight roll.
Yeah,
See
I'm
if
gonna
there's
try
anything
that
you can glean.
because I've trusted this guy.
I mean,
but
within
don't know.
reason, obviously, it's...
Yeah. Okay, nothing.
I mean, the best you can ascertain is he does seem to be asking these questions with some real sincerity. Like, he is genuinely curious, it seems.
Because if the devil found out why we were able to beat things, then he'd be armed against us.
Yeah, Seth has no inkling of this at all. He's just
So
like,
Octavius, the attention's getting him pretty focused here.
Family from my old haunting grounds comes to Barovia, battles vampire spawn, dispatches 6 of them, all in a matter of a couple of days. Well, that's quite the tale I can spin, I can tell you. I'm sure I can come up with something very profound and heroic.
Oh, that sounds nice, right, guys?
I think it would be nice if this didn't get up to, the higher ups being, the devil.
Oh, and
himself.
per your request, he reaches into his tunic and pulls out a couple of pieces of folded parchment and hands them to Trip. You did request if I could possibly write those 2 verses down for you. I've had the time. Here you are. The Ballad of He Who Shall Not Be Named, and my poem entitled Ode to the Fates.
Thank you. That's just very sweet of you.
And let me see if I have those. I have those handouts somewhere that I can give you access to. I'm fairly sure. Maybe.
This land is rife with riddles, and I frankly feel like I might be able to decode something out of these. Well, maybe not me. And I'm gonna look over at Gemma and be like, me with some help.
Maybe not you.
Happy to help.
Let's see.
Well, not happy, but I'll do it.
I was going to say, the closest to happiness I see you is when you're poring over pages, so...
I do find it intriguing. Thank you.
Well,
No, that and when you're, like, blowing things up, but...
I don't blow things up further.
Well, then what
I
do you call it?
use- I do a lot of things. I use magic to cause damage. I never have seen anything
Okay,
explode.
well, when you are causing damage, I notice you light up a little bit.
That's probably the illumination from the spell.
well, I don't have them. I'll have to add them for you.
The world's best and brightest, everyone.
Let's see, where do I have those? There they are. Right, I'm going to have to add a couple for you, because I don't have them.
Okay.
add a handout.
My concern is that this song becomes very popular, and then Strahd will hear it and then know about all of our abilities and will be prepared for us. I don't like this at all.
Well, it's not a song; it's a poem, and
Poem.
So here's the thing: only people with souls can remember a poem.
Is that
I
true?
don't think that's true.
Really? I don't.
That
I've
sounds
never,
like a
I've
poetic
never met,
thing.
I've never met a soulless drivel who could recite. Just personally, you have to have a certain level of involvement with your own life. So either they're especially treacherous and they might memorize it, or they're perhaps one among us in Barovia.
All right, there's one.
Oh, fantastic! Look at that. It's all like pretty and stuff.
And let me give the other one.
Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna copy that to my copybook. Save image as.
And then we'll give you this one as well. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't have these already done, but I didn't, so there.
Like, writing a song, people remember songs because they're catchy, but a poem takes more thoughtful involvement
And there's the other one.
recognizing the meaning behind the words, and not everyone can do that, so
All right.
that's my reasoning anyway. I think it's safer that it's in a poem than it is in a song.
Okie dokie. So who is getting those? Who are we handing those to? You said you're giving them to Gemma, or are you hanging on to them?
I'm holding on to them, but I was going to read over them with Gemma later.
Okay. Well, when you do that, you can reread them to chat then.
Okay.
Because it's been a while. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, he hands them to you and says, well, fascinating stuff, I got to say. I'm rather glad I bumped into you. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll leave you to your rest. I'll head back downstairs, as it was.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you. I think.
Sure we'll be seeing you around.
Oh, I'll be around for sure. Okay. Octavio leaves the room and leaves you to your own devices.
It is a sudden bit, but I have a little inkling of distrust for this fellow.
Why, he seemed fine to me.
Right, but he was asking very specific questions as to like how we dispatch vampire spawn, etc. That would be very good information if you were, say, the vampire.
Perhaps in the future you can encircle him with a in a zone where he must.
Well,
be
I was thinking of doing it, but it felt very rude. And I mean, like, if I tell him,
It's very
"Hey, I'm
rude.
about," like the nicest way to approach it would be like, "Hey, I'm going to cast a spell. It's going to make it so we can only tell the truth unless it fails. Let me know if it fails."
So,
You can make it a game. Truth or
well,
dare.
or we could find
Just
a
a
way
stab.
to find other ways that the rest of us can be useful dispatching them, so that'll be an unknown, to his
I
known.
really just want to see one of your fists do the damage it's supposed to one of these days. I know how hard you can hit. You've been very drunk. I've been up in your space. You hit hard. You hit very hard, Uncle Sam.
I mean, I just we tried that stake thing initially, and I'm gonna look at Octavius, and that almost killed me.
Well, if I remember correctly, you went rogue off the plan.
I stood where I what?
Someone went rogue.
He went right before I didn't move. I stood there with that under the church.
No, somebody did something, right? I remember
Sure.
specifically.
It-
Someone went off script and ruined
think
the.
it
I
was
believe
probably Seth.
wasn't
What?
it you who ran forward and did something when I said wait here a minute?
I what
Yeah.
did
something, I don't quite. My memory's a little foggy, but I remember
You ran down the
You
stairs when you
did a
weren't
thing when you weren't supposed to
to.
do something, and you did it.
Look pleadingly to Trip.
I'm too many drinks in. I can't remember anything.
It's all in the past now, so.
Yes.
I'm
that's
just gonna
okay.
stand up and be like, I get it.
Oh, Seth.
And I'm just gonna walk out.
No, Seth, don't do that. Come on.
He's getting a little.
Come on.
He's getting a little
You've heard his feeling.
I'm gonna lay down in bed.
We're gonna need to be a little
There-
more sensitive with
There's
Seth
an
for a bit.
image. If anyone comes into the room, think planes, trains, and automobiles. John Candy, after he got talked to by what's his face, kind of looking over his shoulder and then sulking back into bed. If anyone enters and looks at him, that's the image. That's set
Those
right,
aren't pillows.
right before the "those aren't pillows" scene. Yes, yes.
Okay.
All right, everyone, we're gonna have to be a little more sensitive with Seth. He's
So
taken some figurative and literal beatings, and we need his morale to come out. He needs to be a little more confident. So let's go easy on.
My understanding is it's completely his ill potency against things which are damned. He's especially good at slapping the shit out of losers and the like, but these are not like the fellas at home.
No,
And,
they're not.
He's gonna need a little bit of help slapping them as hard as he can. Not that the muscle isn't there, but he has been, not by any fault of his own, unable to perform at his normal level, and that has to hurt after a while. I know after a bad show I feel like shit, and Seth's usually there for me. I'd like to be there for him, but I don't know what to do because I don't know enough about this arcane nonsense that we found ourselves in.
Right. Well, it doesn't help if we keep criticizing him every time we end a fight, Octavius.
He attacked me just a second ago. He told me I did something wrong and I didn't. It was his fault and I'm not going to stand for it.
Okay.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? That's
we
really
need
the
constructive
problem.
criticism, but he's not taking it well.
I hate to tell you this, Octavius, mostly because you're my youngest brother, and I love you dearly. Also because it feels a little racist in saying so, but you do need to grow up a bit on that end.
At what end? He told me something that was false and I corrected him.
Right, but he said it because he was hurting, did he not? Like, if somebody's bleeding out, you aren't going to say, "Get yourself off the ground, you lazy fuck." Like, no, you don't do that, and he's hurting right now because he's normally supposed to be taking care of you, and right now you're taking care of him. That's gotta feel terrible.
Well, he's
It's
not
Uncle
supposed to-
Seth. He doesn't hurt. He's
doesn't-
fine. I think you're reading too
No,
much
see,
into it.
that's the thing. Uncle Seth hurts. He hurts a lot. He hurts a lot. Nobody else sees it because nobody else is around for it, but there's a lot there. And
Okay, well, but
I don't
What
want to
does
get
Uncle Seth
into
have
it.
to say about this? That's
Trip,
what I want to know.
he's an adult. He needs to also be responsible for the
Right.
way he
But
feels
again,
about
if
things.
somebody is
Not
bleeding
my,
out on
my
the
tiny
ground,
son isn't in charge
you
of
don't
that.
call him lazy. You help him.
Uncle Seth is in the room.
We've got
There's
Uncle
no
Seth.
room for metaphor with you. There's
Uncle
no room
Seth.
for literal speech with you.
Uncle
This
Seth.
is very difficult.
Uncle Seth is not in the room.
Uncle Seth. I'm
He's
like
not here.
rousing him.
Father.
Ah,
He's not in the
That
room.
is, you've confused father and uncle.
I am.
I thought you laid down the
not
bed, he
Seth.
said.
No,
He's over here.
Left the
You
room.
went to another
Oh, so
room.
you lied down. Wait, so
No.
you went to the other room.
That's
He's in this
Douglas's
room.
icon.
I've been saying this whole time.
Don't.
I'm going to your room.
Please
I'm
don't.
taking it.
I know they're brothers. They look alike.
See what you started.
Uncle Seth.
I'm following.
Uncle Seth.
Yeah, I'm going
I'm
to.
sleeping. My back
Yes.
is to you. You're poking my butt right now.
Uncle Seth.
I don't care.
Whiskey, stay.
Trip
I'll
says
be
that you
right
are,
back.
Trip says that you are injured. Do you need tending to your injuries?
I just need to sleep. I am injured though.
Come on now.
I'm injured in here.
Let's just.
If you don't
There's
all
that.
return to the other room, I will cast my wicked speech upon all of you. I swear it. I am
Trip.
not lying. I
Trip,
swear
we
it.
are family. We don't
We
cast
are
spells
family.
on each other.
Yes, and what are you doing now to Uncle Seth?
He's not casting a spell. He's just talking to him.
I'm
That's
trying to
not
help.
the same thing.
He's poking my butt. Okay, I'm trying to sleep here.
Everyone,
Leave
just
him be. Leave him be.
Calm down.
Octavius, come with me.
I'm building a rapport with my uncle.
You are doing very poorly. Let me coach you.
I'm gonna turn and sit up in the bed. It's gonna creak pretty obviously as my leg swings over your head, Octavius.
Oh my goodness, Seth.
I didn't make that sound.
Somebody did. Who did that? Seth, Trip, did you cast a spell?
You
What did I
can smell
say?
it. You can smell it.
Prestidigitation. Hit him with it.
What did I say about that? All right, everyone just...
I'm gonna look at Octavius and be like, what?
Bro, Trip mentioned that you were hurting, and I wanted to make sure you were not.
I will be okay. I just need to rest the wounds and the bruises away.
Yes, as we all do. And I'll turn to Trip like, see, everything's fine.
You're going to see my look at you. I'm just like,
You
get
know
the
what
fuck out of the room.
You know what I think? What we always used to do when one of us will get upset is a big group hug. Let's all just hug Seth. We'll get
no.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I'm just gonna give him a big
Bro,
Come on, kids. Come on.
bro,
We love
Dougie,
you. We love you,
Dougie.
Seth.
I grab a
Octavius,
leg.
Hug.
Yeah, I have your cast.
Gemma, get in here.
Yes.
Find a spot. Come on.
I'm okay.
This is
Gemma,
a
do you-
family
Uncle
rule.
Seth, but Uncle Seth is not, Gemma. Stop thinking about
Family
yourself for
hug.
once.
Nobody stays
Yes,
out
Dad.
of the family
Yes,
hug.
Dad.
Brothers
Family
don't
hug.
shake hands.
Rip.
Brothers
I-
gotta hug.
I'm just sitting on the bed like a sack of potatoes. I'm not moving. I'm just like arms at the side as you guys all hug me, kind of just letting it happen.
Come on, Trip. Can't finish the
I
hug.
think I'm
Can't
about to
finish
see
the
if I
hug.
can't make this glow like Octavius does. I'm holding the little hand axe that you gave me as a kid.
Come on. Can't finish
No,
the hug until he gets in here.
I'm gonna see if I can make this
hugging.
glow. I swear it. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave because this is awful.
My heart sinks that he won't join.
I'm
the
gonna
hug,
go
'cause he
in the
used
other
to
room.
do
I'm gonna
that.
bring whiskey with me into this room and sit at this table and just start reading the poems over because.
Thank you.
Oh God damn it, Dad!
All right.
You can let go now.
All right.
all of
all
you.
right.
Yes.
We're just very concerned about you and we love you.
How are you feeling now, Uncle?
Gotta be better. Gotta be better after all that.
Hugs
I
don't
know.
do anything for health.
Okay.
Wow, the psychopath.
Hugs don't do
What?
anything for health.
If I'm dying and you hug me, that's not going to help me at all. I'd
We're-
probably just bleed out faster.
This is an emotional death we are preventing, not a physical one.
Pausing.
Douglas, Octavius, Gemma,
Yes.
I love you all too.
Yes, we love you, Uncle. Everything.
And I'll kind of walk up to him and just like hop him on the bed and put my hand on the side of his
Oh,
face.
Jesus Christ, that's creepy as shit.
Everything will work out as it's supposed to, Uncle.
Yeah, my heart skips a beat because I'm a little terrified of the little fucker. I'm not gonna lie.
Ba-da-ba-bum.
Octavius scares me, and that's terrifying.
And I'll spin off and out I go.
The creepy and the kooky,
Are we done here?
a
Father?
Marvel family.
Did we
yes.
give a good enough hug?
It would have been better if Trip joined, but yeah, I think
Do
so.
you want me to talk to him about
No, don't talk to
No,
Trip.
Trip is
Okay.
really worked
Doug,
up.
you
Let's-
either. Don't. It's not worth it. I know where Trip's heart is. I've been with him longer. Don't give him grief. Just let him be.
Is anybody still down any injuries at all? Does anybody have any injuries?
Oh, yeah.
Bumps, bruises?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Before you all go to bed, does anybody have anything that they want to do before a long rest? Anybody got anything that left that they can do?
I was waiting for the RP moment back in the room when everybody comes back to yell at Trip for not hugging. But
That would have been the that would have been the opportune
let me
moment to give him a
see.
hug and go heal, heal, heal.
no, I was I was hoping it would end in that. But
No, I mean, I was just going to use the rest to fix myself. Wonderful 5th edition rules.
Yeah, so everybody's just gonna basically take a good long rest. in the sanctity and the safety of the Blue Water Inn, which means great. Tomorrow's festival day. Yay!
Yay!
The
Festival day.
Yay!
Okay. I'm gonna roll my portent.
All right, yeah. Let's have your portentist. 15. Okay, not terrible.
Pretty solid.
And a 5. Also not terrible.
Nice. Yeah,
Nice.
okay.
It's always nice to have one high, one low,
Mm-hmm.
because it kind of works for you
Okay.
both ways then.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, you'll all get a good, nice, comfortable rest leading up to the festival, which is the very next day. So yeah, you'll be woken up in the morning with lots of sound and activity outside as everybody prepares for the festival of the Blazing Sun. Once everybody gets up, and just for convenience sake, let me put you all in here so I can grab you all and move you collectively.
Okay.
Hi, Uncle Seth. I hope you figure out how to
Poof,
punch
there you are.
stuff.
Yep, you go ahead and come downstairs, and breakfast is available if you want it. But beyond that, you have the fun of the Festival of the Blazing Sun to look forward to. So, yeah. Is there anything particularly you guys want to do as you nosh down on your hearty breakfast?
Bard's gone, by the way.
He is not here this morning, no. Or at least he's
went up.
not downstairs this morning.
Chalk went up for distrust.
Can we ask the bartender for directions to the
Winery. Vineyard.
To the winery, yeah.
vineyard
Yeah.
or later?
Yeah.
You haven't specifically.
Yes, I would do that.
All right. He says, "Why do you wish to know?"
Well, you mentioned the shipment hasn't come in about a week. We'd love to get a tour of the place, maybe help out if we can.
Well, I mean, we would be most grateful if you would be willing to stroll down there and find out what's happened to the vines. But, I mean, this seems a lot to ask of relative strangers.
Well, we are quite interested in wine, right, everyone?
Yeah, we really like that one, so we want there to be more of it.
I see. Well, yes. If you're sure, if you really do not mind, it's not too far from here. So, excuse me.
I take out a parchment and quill, I guess, and I'm gonna write down directions as he tells me.
Alrighty. Let me get to the appropriate section, and then I'll tell you.
Okay.
Here we are. And we are. Okay, so he says, well, if you head south down the road to the main old Svalik road, once you are there, take a right. It is quite a few days' travel, but you're going to head westward towards the Svalik woods, and there you will find the vineyard. Once you get to, if you follow the main road, you will find, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe, on the fifth junction, you will want to take the left trail. Heading southwest.
What do you mean junction?
Well, the road has many intersections. You'll cross when you leave here and head right. You will cross the river. And then you will come to a four-way intersection. Go straight across. Then you will see the main road will continue, and you will see a left. Do not take this. You will keep going. You will see a right. Do not take this. You will see another left. Do not take this. But then you will see another left, and this one you will take.
So that's the fifth junction. We take
Yes,
left.
that's right.
Oh,
But as I say, it is quite a trek. It will take you a few days.
okay.
But my advice would be to perhaps enjoy the festival today. And the least I can do is, if you're going to do this for us, is we will prepare you some provisions and get you some things together for the road. And then perhaps you can leave out first thing in the morning.
Thank you. Hold up piece of paper, put it in my pocket. And go back to everybody else. And well, I got directions, but it was pretty confusing, so I hope we can find it.
Did you write them down?
Yes.
Well, then we're all good. We'll figure it out.
Well, we just it's weird to explain. So something about a fifth junction, and then we turn left. I hope we can find it.
We can ask
Well,
for directions
Are there
if we get
signs?
lost.
They don't have any.
I'm guessing not, or else you would have said turn left at the sign that says,
Wizard of Wines, yeah.
yes.
It's a pretty popular joint, given the desirability of the bottle, so I'm sure we'll be able to find our way. At the very least, we could ask for more specific directions when we're done enjoying the festival, yeah?
Right. Well,
By
as
enjoying, I mean celebrating and protecting.
as you're all sitting there, Danica, she says, "Now then, let me remind everybody that the inn will be closed from noon until dusk, as per the law. This, of course, as you well know, is to prevent from offering any distraction to anybody from participating in the festival. However, this evening, we will have a special menu to honor the festival of the Blazing Sun. So if you return from dusk, when the inn is opens once more, we will have very special treat."
That sounds fantastic. I mean, not the party. The party itself sounds awful, but the after party sounds fantastic. That's usually how these things go, of course.
I think it's going to be hard to smile all day, but we'll get through it.
We'll get to it. That's what we do.
So we are really just going to participate in the festival.
I think we
Trouble if
have
we
to.
don't.
Yeah, we're going to keep a mindful eye out for anything which might not be smiling, and we'll ensure that it smiles the day through.
Alrighty. Yep, so the festival itself was going to kind of come down through the town square and work its way down through the main street with processions and all kinds of fun and joyous things. So you will be encouraged to go find yourselves a nice spot. Everyone will tell you that near the town square is probably the best place to see the festivities, as there is the most room, and you won't be cramped. And to watch your pockets in the crowds.
Smiling, of course. Yes, that sounds like the best place to be. Also, I'd like to point at the gallows at some point today and be like, see, that's where I was supposed to be today.
Well, the gallows is in the town square, so you'll have the opportunity. Well, now is a great time for us to take a short break, so we're going to do that real quick before we get on with the festivities of the Festival of the Blazing Sun. Festival Day. Whereabouts do you guys? Are you going to take their advice and head to the town square?
Yeah.
To watch the parade?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Why not?
Gemma,
Well, that's
Gemma,
convenient,
tuck
'cause
the-
that's
tuck
exactly
the
where I'm
coins
planning on putting
into
you.
the thing that you tuck into the thing that you tuck into the thing. I know you have all the money, so make it
I
difficult.
of course it is very secure within a
I'm going to attempt to
pocket
pick.
of a pocket of a pocket.
I'm going to attempt to pick her pocket.
You want to pick her
I
pocket?
will fight you on that. I will resist.
Okay, but I want to see how easy it is.
Go ahead and try.
Okay, there you go. I have an expertise in sleight of hand, so it's a 23.
Oh my god.
So you got to make a perception skill roll, and you got to beat a 23,
Gotta be the
because that's the difficulty level he just set for you.
Perception is
Yeah.
okay. Even if I use my port, it's not enough, so I gotta roll higher. All right. Damn it.
Nope, he
close.
stole from me.
I'm just gonna have the coins all of a sudden. I'm gonna be like, do better, okay? Just
Okay.
do better.
Be more aware.
I thought I did fine.
You
Let me
didn't.
try the other pocket.
Okay, I'm going to mindfully kind of keep an eye on people bumping into Gemma from here on.
Okay. Right, I'm just looking for appropriate noises.
How about this?
Yeah. How about some inappropriate?
That's Seth
noises?
noise.
The Seth noise is like, oh.
Well, I startled him when I shook him. He was like, "Oh, duh," you know, like
Yeah, pretty much.
he
Okay.
coughed to cover it a little bit. Righto.
need to. Right away.
All right. So by the time you all find yourselves a spot, I've put you down here, gathered around, there are significantly more people than I have on this map. These are just here to represent the positions of groups and crowds of people. But the place is bustling at this point. There are tons and tons of people all throughout the town square.
Bustling.
Okay. From down in this direction, under threatening skies that look like they're about to open up and cause a hell of a downpour, almost like somebody wants to ruin somebody's fun, you see a parade of unhappy children dressed as flowers drudging through the muddy streets with overly fake smiles upon their visages, leading the way for a group of sorry-looking men and women carrying a 10-foot diameter wicker ball. The Burgermeister and his smiling wife, who holds a sad, wilted bouquet of flowers, follows the procession on horseback. This is the first time you've actually seen the Burgermeister. He is somewhat of an impressive-looking man, mostly because he's on a massive horse. Weary spectators watch from around their stoops. The ball is borne into the town square, and there it is hoisted and hung from a 15-foot-high wooden scaffold as townsfolk then begin to walk forward and splash flasks of oil into the air to land on this giant wicker ball. As you're standing there, a couple of the villagers will thrust flasks into your hands and suggest that you participate.
Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully there's no one in there.
Hopefully no one's inside the ball.
That seems like some kind of weird revenge thing that they would do here.
Right?
Hey, family. Do I have to continue my fake smile when no one in this parade is smiling?
Everybody in the parade
they're
is smiling, but they're all.
Oh, I thought you said they're unhappy
Well,
children.
yeah, it's obvious they're unhappy.
I mean,
they're
that's
all-
what
you know,
that's what I'm picking up on. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doc. I feel great.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing.
Yep.
Just
So yeah,
Just keep
anybody
smiling.
wishes to step forward and hurl flasks of oil? feel free to do so. If not, you can stay back and watch.
I step forward with the oil, but instead of like throwing it, I just like.
Well, remember the thing's hovered 15 feet in the air, so you're just going to tip the oil on the floor?
Yeah. I just,
Okay.
like,
Okay, it kind of goes in and amalgamates into the rock, into the cobblestones and the mud.
Yay!
Okay, at this point, you notice a man pushes his way through the procession. He is kind of wearing... He's a very tall individual and is covered in a long, draped cloak, hiding all of his physical features.
Does he have a top hat?
Nope. It's a hooded cloak. And he continues to walk forward. Getting closer and closer slowly towards the ball. As he does so, the procession begins. And they all start clapping in unison. As he's getting closer, the clapping gets faster and faster and faster, as if they're goading him forward or applauding him in whatever it is he's about to do.
Yeah, I joined in on the clapping.
Okay.
I mean,
Once you
Yeah,
guys
and I'm
start
slightly
joining in,
off beat.
you've noticed that everybody else around you also begins. It's kind of like the Mexican wave. You've set it off, and they all start. Oh, okay, yeah, and they all start clapping as well.
Mexican wave.
What?
This is a southern United States kind of thing that we're talking about, isn't
What's a
it?
Mexican wave?
Never-
we don't have that in New York City.
New York City.
Get a rope.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
I love the idea of a slow
now.
clap that catches on, because that never happens.
Slow clap that catches on, right?
It always doesn't
It's
happen.
always at the most inappropriate time, right? It's never when it's meant to be. Okay.
It's a colloquialism of the wave. Most people call it the wave, but some people call it the Mexican wave.
Never heard it
No
called.
actual
I've never
historical
heard it.
significance. It has nothing to do with it. The first recognition of it was in the United States. But then it's called the Mexican wave because a lot of the world saw it for the first time in a World Cup in Mexico in 1986.
There you go. Well, that's
The more
why I
you
know it
know.
is the Mexican wave.
All right. That's not too troublesome.
Yeah, no, it's
It's-
just because
it's not
sports. It's regular. I was like, this sounds weird.
I don't know.
What
We
is
should
that?
be
I gotta snope this, you know?
Cosby territory.
But now I know that it's also called the Mexican wave and it's not hate speech, and that's fun. I like
good
when
time.
Mexicans are accredited with things that aren't what Americans usually are sort of.
Okay. Once this individual gets close to the ball, he hurls the cloak off. The cloak is just allowed to fall to the ground. Left standing there is a huge, muscular figure. In one hand, he is holding a massive two-handed axe. His head is bald. He is as tall, if not as wide, as Seth. His other hand, however, kind of draws your attention to it without you really consciously doing so. He raises the hand and flames just burst from it. As he rears his arm back, like he's about to hurl the ball of fire at the ginormous wicker sun to set it ablaze. You can hear mutters in the crowd. Ezek, that's Ezek. And they all start to talk and say the name.
Oh, okay.
Right as he's about to let loose the ball, the heavens open, and an absolute torrential downpour comes down, the likes of which you have rarely seen. Instantly, the ground is soaked, The ball is soaked. Despite it, he hurls his hand, and a flash of flame goes to the ball. However, by the time it gets there, all that really happens is the ball kind of sputters and sparks, and you see like droplets of fire drop from the ball as most of the oil is just being washed down, and the elements of oil that were still, void of water enough kind of catch fire, but then there's nothing but a rain of fiery liquid underneath the ball itself. A lot of people at this point start running and trying to cover their heads because the rain is coming down so hard, at which point the Burgomaster screams, "Stop! Stop where you are! This festival will go on! I tell you, the next person to flee from this and run from the weather will find themselves beheaded or in the stocks!"
Gore, really quick, how big is the ball again?
15 feet in diameter.
Ah, shit. Light only covers 10 feet in any dimension.
It's a big ball. Do I have...
If I cast it at a higher spell level, can I make it light up a bigger object? I don't think I can.
No.
Damn.
There we go.
Gemma, can you do anything about it?
Okay, Ezek turns and picks up the big cloak from the ground and throws it back on top of himself. And then at that point, you see him pointing and clicking at guards to kind of like herd to make sure that nobody flees from this center point right here.
What, you want me to make sure nobody flees?
No, I want you to make sure the damn thing burns.
Okay, it is about
Yes.
then that to the left of you, down here, you hear what sounds like yelling and screaming coming from a couple of male voices. Ah! Oh my god! Ah! With the crowd being so fixated on the ball and Ezek and being terrified to possibly do anything they shouldn't do, nobody else is moving a muscle. But you guys clearly hear somebody is in distress and dismay down this side street.
Could you look into that and maybe give me the fire breath?
Yes.
I'm gonna do this very quick.
I'm gonna cast, where is it? Pull it up. Dragon's Breath onto, onto Trip. Before I...
Yeah, that doesn't actually do anything, but other than...
Yep.
Okay, so
with that, I'm gonna step forward to the ball. It was in the center of this, right?
It's hanging 15 feet from a rope at this point.
Okay.
But I mean, it is drenched and completely, like, you're standing in a puddle of, like, oil at this point.
Oh, I don't want to stand in the oil. Yeah, I want to stand outside.
Because it's all like all the oil that was thrown has been kind of washed down off the wicker ball and is just like draped. I mean, even his fireball that he threw at it did not ignite the thing.
Okay. I have a minute duration, though. I can just blow fire all around this thing.
Good.
So yeah, I don't want to stand in the pool of oil, but like if it's like a well, kind of like it's a fountain situation here, right? I could at least light the oil at the base. And that would be something to look at.
You could set fire to some of the oil on the ground, but again, with the rain coming down as hard as it is, it's getting diluted pretty rapidly. And this type of oil, it's not flammable like gasoline, obviously. You know, it requires prolonged heat to kind of get it up and going.
And is there like a statue in the middle of it?
There is a statue. So in the very center, there's like a raised plinth, which has got like, you can see that there are like little spouts where water should come out.
Okay,
but
it's like
not.
turned off for today.
Well, it wasn't working when you were here last time either.
Okay.
Okay,
just
while
weird.
he's doing that, what's everybody else doing that's hurt? That's because you guys are the closest to this side thing here.
Yeah, if I heard some screaming, I'd dash over there. Okay.
So
What was going
I would
on?
follow you after I cast that spell.
Yeah, if I heard it, we're all kind of just waiting for some other thing to come to ruin this. So I'm gonna be ready for.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm kind of torn, so I stay a little bit back with Trip to see what Trip is doing because I don't quite understand why he's doing what he's doing. So.
Octavius is kind of like run down here and is staring down. It's suddenly gotten
I'm
very
looking.
dark here because the clouds are so dark overhead and the rain is so thick. And with the rain coming down so hard, it's like you're having to kind of squint to see through it. Octavius, you can see two men running kind of into the into the archway area southwest down here, running for their proverbial lives. They are like where are we? Okay. Give me a perception skill roll.
Ugh. Okay.
If you wouldn't mind. Seeing as you are kind of like right there.
Yeah.
Alright, yep. So yeah, there's two men and they keep like looking behind them as if they're being chased by something.
And they're running away from me or towards me?
They're running kind of interesting. Okay. We have a new token on here. They're kind of running this way.
Okay. I mean, I'd run down there to get a better look if I see them running.
All
So
right.
I'm like, my first thought is, did we miss one of the vampires spawn or something? Right? Like,
yeah,
shit.
makes perfect sense. Okay, so
Yeah.
you want to kind of run down here.
Yeah.
So the rest of the Mile Woods, you will see young Octavius legging it down the street. What's everybody doing?
I'm chasing after him. I don't want to
Okay.
be far out of sight, especially with this crowd.
All right. Yeah, he's run down to about here.
Yeah, you let me know where I.
You guys are giving
Go.
chase. So anybody? So is everybody chasing after Octavius? What about you, Trip? Are you staying here to play light the ball, or are you?
Yeah,
at
Trip
this-
is gonna be like very, I guess, like openly trying to help light the ball at this point.
You like going breathing fire on it?
I'm gonna breathe fire on the little circle on the ground to try and like light the little oil patch underneath it,
Okay,
and then blow fire up at it as much as I can. Just try and get this thing going.
Okay, with the amount of rain coming down, it's clearly a futile effort at this point.
It's more of a political move to
Yeah.
show that we're trying to help at this point. And if it's not working that well, I want to run up to the little center of the fountain, like the spout, and I'm gonna cast light on like the spout structure, so that at least that's glowing.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a loud sound. And then as I'm doing that and hearing that, I'm gonna turn around and be like, "Oh no!" And I'm gonna start heading that way.
Okay. So in the town square, it's pretty loud. Everybody's yelling and ah with all the rain.
Is that?
The kids are crying and yelling and stuff like that, and then their parents are like, "No, they're laughing, laugh, children, laugh!" And they're like doing everything they can to try to avoid any aspersions being cast. Those of you that are down this corridor here, you're the ones that are hearing that noise.
Yeah.
Let me move you guys further down here. As you guys get down, you'll catch the two individuals kind of like continuing to run southwards here. Let's see. So, Seth, Gemma, and Douglas, give me a perception skill roll, please.
I'm actually closer to Trip at this point. I was kind of hanging back.
Oh,
so-
okay. I apologize.
Yeah.
In that case, you don't roll.
Okay.
Right?
Ooh!
Hey,
Ooh!
James!
Ew.
There it is!
Next, that's all next.
Natural 20!
I still feel weird about it. I still don't like it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just
Okay,
because
okay.
the World Cup is an international thing and it's happening now, and it's been very exciting lately.
Yeah,
Everybody's
it
been
has.
following it. It's crazy.
right.
Anyways,
But
yeah,
not
it
as exciting as James
would start with
20.
you, Snugs. It would go Snugs, Jane, me, then let's
So-
do it. Let's come on.
Douglas, Gemma, you recognize
No,
these
we-
two
we
that are
failed.
running.
Wow, nobody did it.
No, they did it.
I don't know what order I'm in because I'm looking
You're
at
after
chat.
me.
It has to go me, Octavius,
Didn't do it,
Gemma,
that's
Trip, Douglas, Seth.
I'm not
There you
watching
go.
this.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, Matt, you would start. Yeah.
No, Gore started.
Okay. Shag it.
And Shaggy broke it.
Shag it.
It's always
Great.
one.
I wasn't looking at the stream. I'm sorry.
I like to, at the beginning of each stream, find out which way I'm looking when I look, so that when
Right.
somebody says something, I can be like,
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, so Gemma and Seth. Not Seth, Douglas. You recognize these two.
as
Oh no, it's those
Our
assholes,
little-
isn't
it's
it?
those
our
assholes.
friends.
Yes, it is Nikolai and Karl Wachter, the two young nobles. Fleeing
Fuck them.
for something.
I turn
However,
around. Never mind.
what comes tearing out behind them is a rather odd thing.
Oh.
An
Cool.
armored tiger comes leaping out.
Armored?
It
What
is
the fuck?
armored. It actually has armor on it. And it clearly is chasing them down. Unfortunately, they are not the only people down there on that side street. As you see the tiger pause, stop, look left, look right, as if it's trying to decide, who shall I pounce on first? What do you want to do? Yeah, Battle Cat. Before he goes all wussy and cringes. What do you guys want to do?
Wow.
I assume we're engaging from the back,
Yeah.
seeing my family lined up for something.
I'm gonna aim and take a shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop Slayer's Prey on it.
Alrighty, give me just a second here. Find my...
Who the hell brings an armored tiger to a party?
Everybody's got one.
My new
Everybody's
best
got
friend.
one, but you don't bring it to the party. Are you kidding me?
Sure you do. What else would you do with an armored tiger? It's a
That's
perfect thing to
true.
have at a party. Could certainly cause a lot of fun.
Probably came from Terry's shop.
Terry. Oh, here we are. Okay. Well. There it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, so anybody that wishes to interfere with this thing, I suppose you better give me initiative rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, do I need initiative first?
Fine.
I just need you guys to, so that I know what
Oh,
way
boy.
you're acting. Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Honestly, though,
You get
good.
to re-roll that.
and I'm gonna say, and
Oh,
I,
yeah,
get-
you can
I don't
re-roll.
know if I don't know if I want to.
Because going
Is the
last gives you the
thing.
best benefit, but
Yeah, kinda.
You can take it. You
Yeah.
can take the
but
six.
this is just like a tiger.
Yeah.
It's
It's not
pretty
like a
damn big.
zombie
It's probably.
tiger.
Ooh.
Hey.
Oh.
No, you know
Man.
what? I think I'm
One
just
roll
gonna
short.
stick with
Natural 20!
Well,
I don't owe James anything.
I mean, you could always hold your
no,
action
I'm gonna
and
no.
effectively
Yeah,
do
yeah,
the
yeah.
same,
I'm gonna take my lucky feet here.
All right.
Okay.
Good. I still go last and
Oh, I
hold
didn't
the
change my
arrow before the
name
tiger.
to my character name. Sorry.
Oops. I do that. I don't do. How come it doesn't like save every time? That's annoying.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I wish it would be a preference that you could set.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Seth
Yeah, baby.
on a 20. Trip with a 17. Gemma with a 16. Then we have Octavius on a 14. and Douglas on a 9. Alrighty. Let me roll for this thing. Okay. Alright, so, in the initiative order, I mean, Seth and Trip, you guys are kind of first, but I mean, you're just trying to get down there, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So, you guys are...
And the second I see it, I would skid to a halt. And whoa, that's not something to punch.
Gemma, what do you want to do? I'm going to bring the noise of this rain down just a fraction, because I think it might be a little loud.
Kind of like that.
All right.
I'm going to duck behind. I'm not sure it's around, but I'd like to duck behind something to get to hide. But
I mean, yeah, there's tons of stuff here. There's a little tent here. There's a little wooden stall. This is like it's like 2 buildings with a bridge that goes between them. So this is like an archway underneath here. So yeah, you've got plenty of places to hide.
Building, and I'm going to hold a spell that I will shoot off at the tiger if somebody else attacks it.
Okay, what are you prepping?
Ray of Sickness.
Ray of Sickness. Okay. Alright, so you're readying a Ray of Sickness. Octavius.
Yeah, I am going to stand. I'm going to take a. No, you're good. I'm going to take a few steps
I didn't mean
forward.
to move.
I move forward a little bit. You're good.
Oh, it's not doing what I wanted. Oh, there we go. I didn't click it. Okay. Yeah, it's about 45 feet from where you are.
Yeah, and ooh, there we go. I'm going to stand there and just kind of stalwart myself.
Okay.
And activate my activation is a bonus action. Can I still hold my actual action?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take out my rapier, slide it across my hand, and it starts to glow that
roll your damage.
bright shiny light. And that's now a
D6.
Yes, it's gonna be high because it always is. Oh, I'm right in the middle. Okay.
Right in the middle. 3 points of damage to yourself. Okay.
Yep. And I'm gonna say, "Here, kitty, kitty."
Okay. Douglas. So you're gonna put your mark on it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pop that up, and then I am going to pop a shot.
Pop a squat. I'm in a shot.
Little kitty cat butt.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit it.
Nice.
The
And
arrow streaks through the rain and kind of like ricochets off the armor of this thing. So you'll do a total of 10. Okay. Congratulations, you got its attention.
Yeah, I don't think this thing is any undead, so I don't think it has any.
All right.
and stuff.
So I'm gonna hang on to my. Reaction.
It is going to use its ability and special action.
Of course it is.
And seeing as Gemma is hidden behind the wall,
Yep.
and
I
you're
just said, "Here,
sitting
kitty,
right
kitty."
there in the middle,
It's okay. I wanted it to come to me and
you're
not my
getting
sister.
pounced.
That's fine. I figured.
Okay, it's going to make a tacky attack here.
Oh, did I not get its one?
Well,
Well, y'all
You and I
were
were
too
running
far
out.
back. Y'all were just running up.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I
Makes
see.
sense.
Okay.
Because y'all went first.
It makes sense that I would see it after it pounces anyway, so.
Question, Gore.
24.
Oh, never mind. I just for when I hold action, do I have to specify what that action is, or
Yes,
can I just
you have to say. Well, you have to tell me what you're holding it for. You know,
Yeah.
I don't get as anal as to say you specifically have to tell me exactly what your intent is. But
Okay.
if your intent is, if it makes an attack, I'm going to do this, then that's good enough.
I see. Yeah. Okay. That's I would have specified earlier.
Okay, so what would you want it to do?
I was going to take the dodge action
Okay.
because I knew that it was going to come at me,
Yeah.
and I probably knew it was going to like jump. So that's what I would do. I don't know if it would have helped in this situation at all, but that's what I would have done either way.
All right. Yeah, so basically if you do that, it means that any attacks made against you is done at a disadvantage.
Yes.
So, yeah, that would apply.
Cool. Yep, that's what I would have done. I don't know if
Because it
it's
is
gonna
making an
make a
attack, so
difference,
I will
but-
re-roll that.
Okay.
Be 25 this time.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be higher.
No, it's not.
Oh,
yes.
All right. It leaps forward, landing exactly where you were standing, claws first. But you just managed to twist and turn like a twisty-turny thing and get yourself out of the way. All right. As it hits the ground, it just kind of like lets out a frustrating, growling roar.
Alright, I think my attack would go off
Okay.
now. Right. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast
Bad kitty. Bad kitty.
Oh, so many roars.
I don't even roll that much.
Lord.
Ray of Sickness at it. 10 poison.
Hell yeah, get that with the
Okay, that
sickness,
hits
cat.
an AC of 16. That does not hit. I'm
All that armor.
No.
I'd like to change that roll.
Hey.
Use the
Why not?
portent.
Go.
Yeah, baby.
oh yeah.
Potent. Potent.
This
Okay.
house is clean.
So you're changing it to a 15?
Yeah, so whatever. What did I roll there?
This roll is mean.
Good one.
You rolled a 9, so it's 22 is the new roll, right?
Yeah.
With the 15.
And that will hit.
Woo.
Hey,
Okay. It needs to make a con save.
it's probably not the best thing for to Tom, but I wanted to do it.
Why not?
Hey, why not?
Hitting early changes
A
everything.
15! Right on the button. Hit save.
Oh!
Use the
Come
portent.
on.
Use the portent.
I
Can't do it. I don't think you can do both in the same round.
Oh.
I don't
I don't know
know.
Are
what
we
the
sure?
rules are. That'd be good to look at.
Let's
Let's
take
check.
a look, huh?
Let's check, because I am
There it is.
honestly
We're
not
doing
sure.
the research for everybody else when they're playing
Yeah.
at home as a wizard and want to use their portent.
Let's have a look.
Who wants to be a divination wizard?
Yeah,
Like really?
this might make all the difference.
Let's see.
If I can only do it once per roll, choose to do so before the roll, then you can replace any roll once per turn.
Well, again, you're supposed to do it before the roll.
Oh, so we've been breaking the rules anyway.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh.
that.
Yeah, you
I've
have to
always
choose
been
before
breaking
the
the
roll.
rules.
Damn.
Oh,
That changes a lot.
I don't think we
Why
were
would
doing that at
you?
all.
Yeah.
Then it's just
But
inspiration.
now we
That's
know.
no fun.
This is an educational stream where we teach you the ways.
Yep. And that's my bad, because I've been letting that go too.
Well, I mean, a lot of the abilities are like after you
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to say is I will allow Jane's one to stand, but I'm not going to let you use it to fix mine now I've rolled. So that's...
Alright.
We'll meet you in the middle.
So I
once
still
per-
got a
as-
5. Got it.
Once per
And from
turn.
now on, we're good to go. Is it once per turn?
Yeah, it says it at the very end.
Oh, yeah.
You can replace a roll in this way only once per turn.
Oh,
That's why you can't
I didn't,
do it.
I didn't read that far. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you can't... That's what I said. You can't do it... You can't use
Can't
both
just
in
yeah,
the
you
same
can't
turn.
just do both. You can't just do that. Now we know.
It still takes 10 poison, right? Or 8, or however much.
You hear that, Bloodbender? Stop doing double portents.
So it says here, a ray of sickness greenish energy lashes out towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack. On a hit, it takes 2d8 poison damage, which in this case is 10. On a failed save, it is also poisoned. So it takes the 10 damage, but it doesn't have the poison effect. So, but hey, that's still 10 points of damage, nonetheless. Alrighty. Now we go back to the top of the round. Seth.
Yeah, I have no intention of punching a former tiger.
Yeah, the irony of it is, this is something you could fight.
I know, but it's I'm a lover, not a fighter. I want to go full like bullfighting, I guess. Is there a like a stool or something that I could pick up from one of these tents near me?
There's a whole like thing. you can
Yes,
just
there's
rip
crate.
on
There's,
and off.
there's like crates and stuff.
Well, no, I want to like hold it in front of me like you would a chair to like kind of on guard, to hit the chair.
Like a
not-
lion
Okay.
tamer, you mean?
Like a lion tamer, yes. There we go.
There's definitely something that you could utilize for that purpose.
Yeah, so I would pick it up and try to just buff her.
I'm assuming
It's-
you're keeping Whiskey out of this fight, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him.
Okay, then
Once
Whiskey
things
is
get-
just over here standing by the
He's just looking
thing,
menacing.
just growling and snarling and barking.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold the stool or chair in front of me at like a good length and be like try to like push at it,
Okay. So
don't
just to
wanna-
try to
yeah.
draw its attention.
draw its attention so it doesn't go after Octavius.
Okay.
Yes.
Trip, what about you? What do you want to do?
Seeing that it's like hard to see, everything's rainy, and that's frustrating, I'm gonna blast it with my good old-fashioned fairy fire.
Okay.
I was kind of flipping between that and Bane, but this seems more suited for our fight style, so. Boop.
Alrighty. DC 16 save.
Mhm.
Nope. It is
Nice.
glowing like a Christmas tree.
Yo. Pretty tiger. Pretty tiger.
Pretty little tiger. Okay. Yep. Which means everybody attacking it has advantage.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Yay!
It's such a good skill. I'm so glad.
Okay, Jamar, what do you wish to do, Jamar? As you
I
sit
wish
here.
to. I wish to. You see a purple glowy ball come out of hands
A
towards
ball
the
of
tiger.
glowing stuff.
Of course.
Okay.
Just that.
Alright, 10 points, magic missile. Pew!
Nice.
You have advantage, but it doesn't matter, because you can't miss. Alrighty, Octavius. Excellente.
Yeah, and now that I'm close to this thing, I imagine.
I mean, you're in melee range.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's undead or anything. It just looks like a tiger.
It's a bloody big tiger.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Roll type advantage. Yeah. Oh, baby.
What do we have
Did
here?
you do it good?
Ooh, that's a
Natural 20!
Beautiful. The additional 4 is like ruined.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Got that
Heyo.
20.
Alright.
But max
First, but it's
damage,
okay.
though.
Oh,
Max
Surprise,
damage on a
surprise,
crit.
surprise.
yeah.
Roll up here to get to this spot real quick.
That's a pretty little roll there.
Oh, hold on. Plus D6, which is 2 because of the crit.
Yeah.
One of the things you definitely.
Oh,
All right, so
Good job.
hell yeah, baby.
Snacks are beautiful.
so what's that
Damage.
total damage? 15, 16,
God.
18, 19,
22
22.
total.
Nice.
Not bad. There it goes.
Yeah. Hey, you'll take it. Yeah.
take it.
So this thing, it has 2 long front teeth that are about a foot long coming out of
I
its
chop
mouth.
one off.
So it's very saber-toothy.
Oh.
Just pointing that out. Okay, Douglas.
Yes. I
do you
will
wanna do?
also be striking it with my bow and arrow.
Shooty, shoot, shoot, shoot.
Acha!
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a pretty good shot.
26
With a lot of
will hit
damage on
for
the end.
13. A 6.
Wow. Okay.
That, yeah.
Ouch! Ouch!
Okay,
Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah, this thing
Yeah.
is clearly hurt. and pissed.
Oh, it sounds like more like meow.
Yeah, now it does.
Okay, it's about now a voice yells very loudly. Heal! Heal, damn you! Heal, I say! And the tiger kind of turns and raises a claw, because it's clearly pissed and angry and hurt. Like, it looks like it's about to pounce yet again. And with that, running out from behind the building, you see Octavius. I mean, not Octavius, Rictavio.
What?
Oh, I was about to say, it's like, what?
Like, what? My
Oh my
son!
god.
Rictavio suddenly appears, and he's like, "Heal! Heal, damn it!"
Tavio, God bless him.
Tavio's doing.
And he runs
dumb
up.
Shit.
This fucking guy.
Calm down, everybody! Calm down! There. Oh, dear. What a mess. What a blithering mess. Come on, calm down. It's okay. It's okay, boy. Everything's fine. Everything's
Why do
fine.
you have a tiger to
I
protect Fabio?
Yes, I need to get him back where he belongs. Those blithering idiots.
What do you... What?
I'm just holding the chair in front of me.
Here.
I really don't want to have this discussion here in the middle of the street. Come with me.
I'm going to get rid of the fairy fire on it so that it draws a little less attention, maybe.
Okay.
I put the chair down just randomly in the street.
Alrighty. So Rictavio basically kind of like wanders off, begging you to follow him if you wish.
Sure.
What about the festival?
Well, you've kind of already left the festival.
Were you gonna
What
get in trouble,
festival?
Dad?
Well, just keep smiling and,
Just say you didn't hear it and you're very sorry and we'll go back if you catch us.
Right.
we're helping with this.
And he starts kind of going back through the alleyways and heading over to a familiar area where you can see the coffin maker's shop. However, he walks past that and into the stockyard, where he approaches a rather flamboyant cart or caravan that has the door wide open on it. When he gets to it, he's like, "Up you go, go on!" And he ushers the tiger back inside. He says, now he's rather upset, so if you'll all just stand back a little bit, let me calm him down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
He goes inside the cart with the tiger and shuts the door. Now he's like just in the back of this wagon with this thing by himself. You hear, "Oh dear, what have they done to you? This won't do at all."
Do you need? Does it need healing? Does it?
Well, as you say that, you hear him utter a few arcane words, and there's a little illumination kind of like coming from the cracks in the cart. Let me pull this arrow out. Now this is going. Hold on, it's going to sting just a little. You hear him like go, "There we go," and then you hear another from this thing. It's, "No, no, calm down, calm down."
The part I said about maybe not trusting this individual, evaporate that. He's very kind. He's a good man.
After a little while
I told you.
of him doing, "Sweetie, calm down, sweetie." Eventually he kind of like eases out and closes the thing back up. He says, "Security!"
This tiger?
Well, yes, he was part of my act. You know, if you remember, I was, used to be part of a carnival. He was one of the remaining things that I still have left. Found him very handy to, keep my possessions safe. Unfortunately, those blithering Vokta boys decided that while everybody else was paying attention to the festival, they'd get up to some mischief and try to have a sneak peek at whatever it is that I've got tucked away in here. Well, they got a good look at it, I do appreciate the fact that you didn't kill it. Very hard to replace.
Yes.
As a
Yeah,
humble
we
ring
definitely
master as
work.
I am, and bard, very difficult.
Right.
You almost killed it.
I would have.
You see, this was what I was worried might have been part of the, disturbance. when I asked you if there was anything else involved with the vampire spawn, anything else, if you heard any strange noises, I was kind of worried one of them might have attacked the caravan and let it loose. Fortunately, that hadn't happened. And who knew? 6 vampire spawn have the brains to not open up a cart with a saber-tooth armored tiger locked inside, but the
They're
2
equipped
idiot
to
Wachter
handle it.
boys didn't. Once again, it would seem that we managed to save some lives. Although, after what happened in the tavern yesterday, I'm rather surprised you bothered. I'd have let them get gobbled up.
I thought about it.
Yeah, chalk that one up to ignorance.
Wait. You're saying that those noble dicks could have been eaten by the tiger and we let them live?
Shoot.
Well, you distracted the tiger from pursuing them. I mean, they were the ones that let it out.
I'm gonna give Octavius a very dirty look. I mean, we could have just got him and should have. No?
Is there any way we could spin this again? Maybe let the tiger back out?
Oh no, because it's only fortuitous that you happened to see it before anybody else. Otherwise, the guards and no doubt Ezek would have hunted it down, and well, needless to say, it wouldn't look very good on me if they found out that the thing belonged to yours truly.
I'm just sorry, wishful
being
thinking.
a simple poet and ringmaster, I really don't need the trouble. But, you're proven to be quite a resourceful little bunch, aren't you?
Well, that's, thanks in large part. I'm gonna kind of nudge Douglas, just be like, to our training, as it were. Always be prepared, he says.
It's true. Exceeded my expectations with that.
Always be prepared and then land in the land of vampire spawn and still be prepared somehow.
Well,
Actually, kind of impressive, Dad.
Thank you, but I didn't really think that all your creepy spell studying was gonna come in handy, and now
What
it
did
actually
we say
has.
about using the word creepy?
Sorry, spooky.
That's a little better. We'll have to come up with something.
I'd really
Just
like
call
to
it
get out of this
arcane for now.
blessed rain, but unfortunately the Blue Water Inn won't be open until dusk.
There's not quite a lot of room alongside the tiger in there, is there?
Oh, no.
Is that an Iridian import, or where do
He's
you
also got a
find
very
those?
long memory. Probably remember that you did it, and, well, if my back was turned, he'd probably take it out on you. While very resourceful of you in the open, wouldn't fancy your chances much locked up in there in close quarters with it.
I'd love the opportunity to make amends. Perhaps now isn't the time. Where's someone nearby we could...
What about the church or
That's clear across town.
Oh, wait a second. And he wanders over to the coffin maker's shop, which has now got boards across the door.
Great.
And notice that says, by order of the Burgermaster, Heinrich van der Voort has been arrested and taken to the Reclamation Center.
Oh,
Ooh, that sounds like they're converting his biomass into something usable by the hive mind.
He's like, And he kind of wanders round and starts to check the doors and check the windows.
Yes, could be ours for the night, couldn't it? Octavius?
Well, maybe we could at least get out of the rain and hide here until dusk, when we can nip back to the tavern. What say you?
It all depends on our champion, as it were. He's really good at splitting skulls and cutting locks.
What do you all think?
I would like to be dry again.
And it would give us a chance to really peruse the property a bit. Might have some leads.
Then
Yes.
yes,
Love to take a good look at
let us take shelter.
that one room.
Let's do it quietly.
Actually, let me grab him from this map. Alrighty. Yeah, so you guys are gonna kind of like bust your way into the coffin maker's shop. And let me go ahead and move you guys in there. Alright, there you go. Okay, once inside and out of the torrential rain, the first thing he starts doing is looking around for some kind of rag or cloth to kind of dry himself off with.
I'll just shed my cloak and then be like, use the inside. It's probably still dry.
Yeah, he starts wandering around and opening doors willy-nilly. Obviously, this door is busted in still and highly destroyed from when the vampire spawn broke out. And the coffin is still wedged up against the wall. So as he kind of like dries himself off a little bit. Oh, this is better, isn't it?
I'm just gonna sit on one of the coffins. I could use it as a chair.
We probably need to keep our voices low. We wouldn't want to draw the attention of the guards. Breaking and entering is quite a serious crime, even here in Vallaki. Well, of course, everything's a serious crime here. So, yes, that was a bit of an unfortunate incident in the streets.
Glad we could clean it up before they came for you, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. You saved me from potentially having to explain why I had a armored saber-toothed tiger running around. Not the easiest of things to explain, really.
How do you find one of those?
Um,
Did it come with the armor, or did you...
no, I acquired that. Makes it more efficient at guarding
Of course,
my
of course, yes.
wagon.
You don't bring the wagon far out of Vallaki, do you?
Well, not when I'm staying in Vallaki.
Yeah.
I just had it parked
You have other places you stay?
inconspicuously. I suppose with it being painted the way it is, it drew the attention of those damn boys.
Yeah, it's
Can
not
the
exactly
tiger do any
conspicuous.
tricks?
Well, you know, it's well trained, answers to pretty much, probably as well trained and does what I tell it to do as well as your dog here.
I mean,
Think the
being
tiger's
in...
killed any humans before?
My dog doesn't just prowl around.
I don't think it has, no.
Okay.
I know
I
it
mean,
has, but I don't
If
think
you were,
it has.
Put it in perspective. If you were put in Mortal Kombat with a group of people all aimed to kill you and told maybe stop, would you actually stop? Because I know I wouldn't. The tiger's much more obedient than I.
Well, as I say, it is quite the well-trained beast. But I'm rather glad that Ezek didn't find it. Did you see him, by the way, with his weird abomination of an arm?
Absolutely. Past camp into cringe, I swear.
Yes, unfortunately, that arm of his seems to be able to hurl flames around like nobody's business, and that's not even the most dangerous thing about him. You don't want to get on the business end of that axe, from what I understand.
Impressive. Frightening. And given the state of his guard, not necessarily trustworthy. I'd say he's doing it for some sort of vainglory.
Well, he is the proverbial strong arm of the Burgermeister. Baron Vargas, pretty much gets to act with relative impunity because everybody is absolutely terrified of Ezek. As you can imagine.
Sway Ezek, you sway the land then.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing at all.
Oh. Well,
Seemed to be proud, that individual.
I'm sure he is.
I mean, this is all quite a parade against the devil himself.
You mean Strahd?
Yes, we can say it here, yes. This is all a parade against Strahd, and him throwing fire at a ball of wicker is supposed to seem...
Well, it's just another one of his weekly festivals.
But he is the ancient, he is the land. Causes a rainstorm, shuts him down.
Well, and yet apparently he hasn't set foot in Vallaki in over 100 years.
By the
I
way,
would count every shed of rain as a football.
Did you ever set it on fire? Did my dragon's breath come into good use? Did you?
I set
Were you
a bit
successful?
of the oil on the ground up, and I lit the little statuette with another spell. I'm sorry to waste. I know spells are a precious thing.
I see. So you just kind of see me as this endless pit of spells.
No, absolutely not. I respect your
Gifted
ability
to
to
you.
cast, and I worship your resource as much as any other caster.
As if
It's
I had
wonderful that
nothing
you
else
gave
to
it to
do
me.
with it.
So-
I had higher hopes in my own ability to catch it, and the rain was just too
Hey,
much.
Gemma. It's like me being a meat shield to you guys. Meat puppet, taking hits. Being
Look, we
useless.
are all
Are
very...
you calling me a meat puppet?
No, I'm calling us all very utility and all...
A magic
very
puppet?
useful.
Finger.
You aren't making this better, Seth. I thought I had a confidant
Nobody's
in
a
you.
puppet.
But
Everybody,
I'm
stop that.
genuinely enjoying myself, so I'm
Who's that?
happy.
Halo.
This makes me happy that I'm not the only one who feels certain ways about
Look, I do
Their
so much.
usefulness.
Every fight I do so much. And you know who gets recognized? That little guy over there. And you know what? He deserves it. He does so much. He carries us all through battle. If we didn't have him, we would all be dead.
So,
But
That's
also,
not true.
without me, a lot of you would have bled out. Without, the surprise ball of absolute death coming from her, we would all be dead. Without Seth standing in the middle and being able to take more hits than any of us, yes, it makes you a meat shield, but god damn, you're good at it. Without you, we'd be dead. Without
Yeah,
the
why
surprise
just be
arrow
a meat
out of nowhere,
shield?
you aren't just a meat shield. You do so much for us.
Let him
So
finish.
much.
Let him. He
Can
didn't
we
get to
all
me.
just accept that we're incredibly valuable? We all have our
Oh.
own roles to play. That isn't the
Alright.
limit of our personhood, but we're all very much good at what we do. And
I
when
love
we
that
work
What
it's
you're saying is that we
together
are
as a
parts of one whole, a family.
We're a family. Yes.
As a troop, we do so much together, and the only one who really sees all of it is probably Whiskey over there.
And we're useless if we're alone.
That's not true at all. No, we can all do amazing things as well alone. I haven't seen anyone so sneaky as Octavius breaking into that goddamn wind house, whatever it is, windmill. Saving all those children was completely on him. I mean, I was there to help with the descent, but that's just about it. And then Seth was there after. We work really well as a team. We need to recognize that we all do see it. We all survive on it, and without it, we'd all be very well dead by now.
What if
It's
we
not
added
you're
a
just
tiger
a
to our
meat
team?
shield. You're not just a pool.
Well, now I don't think whiskey. would
That's
appreciate
completely
that.
up to Ricardo over there. It's up to him. But I wouldn't be against it. I imagine the tag team
Nice.
between Whiskey knocking him over and the Tiger shredding him up.
Hey,
would be amazing to watch.
Bardman, welcome to the Mildwood
I don't think after this
standard
display,
day of conversation.
I don't think after this display he'd be all that interested in sticking around.
au
As you-
contraire, actually. I was about to say, when we first met, you were obviously a family, and we had the discussion that you came here through the mists, and originally was from Arconis, which ironically is where I was from. But you never mentioned that one of you was gifted with the ability to mold the arcane winds, and another seemed to have some strange innate ability to channel his essence, I suppose, through his weapons.
He knows too much now.
You claim to be gifted at healing, and clearly your father here is quite the avid shot with a bow.
Thank you.
There has to be more to your story than I'm aware. So, why exactly are you here? More importantly, what do you intend to do now you're here? You know you can't leave.
Well, actually, this is a fantastic discussion, and just to ensure that we're all being truthful, how about we just cast a little zone of truth for all of us while we have this conversation?
Right, and
Not into that sort of magic, I'm afraid. I find it very invasive.
yes, but
because there's always a time that you might not want to tell the whole truth, as it were.
Right.
Well,
But I will trust what you tell me. I don't need you to prove yourself with magic.
That's not
How
the
about
problem.
this? We could use it to establish a better ground level of trust, and then once that's passed, we can, I can dispel it.
Well, I understand, but I in all honesty, you'd only be putting yourselves at a disadvantage. Because it wouldn't work on me anyway.
Right.
Wait, why?
I imagine he has an.
I've got some.
strong will.
I picked up a few things, a ringmaster along the way, and I find that I have a very strong will, especially when it comes to magic that meddles with the mind. But you have no fear. I'm not going to lie to you. There's no reason to, at least at the moment. And besides, I'm asking you what the questions.
We just have.
Surely, but
So I'm just
we also
curious
have-
to know what you're doing here and what you intend to do. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. I don't mean to pry.
Well, even the rats here work for Strahd, so it would be fair to have some level of, I guess, superstition and desire for clarity on this matter. So, with all due respect, perhaps we can put a system in place real quick. I'm going to have a series of questions lined up, which have very obvious solutions, and we're all going to try to lie, right?
Trip, that's not. I don't want to do math or whatever.
It's not that, no.
Math.
Because then you could just answer, I don't know, and that would be true.
Isn't the fact that he said that he's able to resist our attempts to find
but that
out?
sounds like a fun game, doesn't it?
No, but if he was truly evil and a liar, he would just go along with it and then resist it and then lie anyway. I mean, he's telling the
Right,
truth
right.
about his. So
But
that's
this could
good enough for
also
me.
be,
I mean,
as a fellow presenter of things, offering up a bit of a solution in a way that might, he seems very curious of our ability and very curious of our motives and what we're doing here. He might have
Not that
something-
curious. Just ask the question after witnessing what I just witnessed.
Right. So
I
if
think
you don't
anybody would
mind-
probably have a level of curiosity to a family that is so strangely adept at such things as yourselves.
Well, that's what happens when you hail from Scarrow in Narcotis. You
Yes,
get the
I-
strange stuff happening up in that corner of the world.
I don't mean to be disrespectful in this, but I do think it would be beneficial for all of us that we can establish a grounds of trust using any means necessary. And if it is futile, that is fine.
Well, I personally find it distrustful to try to use magic to force people into what it is you want, so,
I'm not forcing anyone
I'd
to do
rather
what I
just
want.
say, let's all be open and candid,
And
and
then I will never
if at
trust
any point any of us start to think we're being lied to, well then maybe then we can resort to such things, but,
Right, but this gives you an edge, should you be, and hear me out, should you be, say, an agent for Strahd himself in some form or another, if you should be working as a spy, this gives you an angle in which you can gather information freely up until we feel we don't trust you. And I'm saying right now, what if I don't trust you now? This is a methodology by which I could assume a level of trust. And I would like to carry on this conversation. You're very charismatic. I enjoy your company. But given the nature of the land, which he is, I would rather do this to set things straight. And then once we've established trust, once we've gotten to that point, then I'll kill the spell. We can move on. Does that sound fair?
Clearly, you are very guarded. So I withdraw my questions, and I won't ask anymore. I'll leave you to your own devices.
Interesting answer.
You make me sad. Who do you work for?
Well, I'm self-employed currently.
Okay, very well, very well.
If I can ever get enough people together and put together a troupe once again, that's what I'll do. But in reality, for right now, I'm just camping out here in Vallaki. Was hoping to meet some interesting folks and see if I could get them to come along on my little journey and put together Rectavio's wonderful extravaganza once more. But
I'll be glad to see it when it plays in Corthan. But until then, I don't
I
can trust you.
don't think it's going to be playing in Corthan anytime soon.
Not soon, sure.
But Corthan was indeed a great, splendid city.
Well, just for the record, I trust you, sir.
Well, and I appreciate that, but you have no reason to. And clearly, your friend, your nephew, or whatever it is very guarded. So I wouldn't want to put you in a position where you feel you need magic to protect you when you answer my questions. No.
You feel you need a giant armored saber-toothed tiger to protect you. Why is this so different?
Oh, it's not to protect me. It's to protect my belongings.
What's
And
the
the
difference?
tiger was there once as an act. It's still there, so it was, as I can't really use it as an act anymore, it's been reconstituted for a useful purpose.
As is my spell, mine used to be a bar trick.
Well, there you go. But my tiger isn't trying to do anything right now. It's just tucked away. But, no, as I said, I won't ask any more questions. I do apologize for trying to, it was just pure curiosity. But, as things
Be able
are,
to tell me that.
it is indeed best to play your proverbial cards close to the chest, I understand. And quite, I should also probably do the same. I just felt myself being a little endeared to you, and, almost probably trusted you before I should have. No, you're a very wise young Trip. I appreciate your candor in this matter.
Don't understand your angle as to why you would refuse my attempt to find
Really?
a deeper established trust. This would do it. This would end it. We wouldn't have any reason to doubt you otherwise.
Well, it's really more the fact that I don't want to be put in a position where you're trying to force me to tell the truth. As I said, there are some things I might not want to tell you. And I would like to reserve the right not to do that.
Brother, perhaps we should just drop this, and as he said, we don't need to answer his questions. Maybe later.
No, absolutely you
We'll
don't.
just continue what we're doing, which is what again? Something with this tiger hiding it.
No,
Yes,
we
the
want
rooms.
to
Let's
look
explore
at
the rooms.
yes.
Oh, that's right.
Wanna
This
come with
is
me?
this is the place
Yes,
where
I'm right behind you.
the vampire spawn
Also-
were, isn't it? Curious.
This way to the vampire spawn.
Do you mind if I come and
That
take a
way.
look? I'm rather curious myself.
Sure.
I'm gonna sit on this coffin and just kind of sulk, thinking.
Okay. He's going to clamber through the door and head up the top of the stairs with you. All right. So I'll grab all of you and put you on this side of the map. Okay. He's going to just stop and wait at the top of the stairs until you guys decide where you want to go. You're over here now.
I'm just following.
I'm
Gemma.
following. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going as well? Okay. Let me move
Yeah.
you over then.
This way.
Yeah, wherever they went.
Poof.
Kitchen.
Way too zoomed in. There we go.
Yeah, I had to find it.
All right, yeah, so you go into that
This
little
way.
kitchenette.
Yep.
So I went
Seth.
the wrong way.
It's over here, hon. Follow me.
I thought I remembered everything. Embarrassing.
Right. This room is burned into my brain.
All right, okay. So he starts peering in the boxes and stuff like that. He goes, smells rather musty up here, doesn't it?
There's a lot of undead in here, collecting dust.
Yes.
Too hard.
And did you ever say why he had these wretched beasts locked away in these chests? Did you find out how he got them here?
I don't think we found out that part.
No, we did not.
Just curious, but he was told to keep them here.
Right. He did. I remember he said he he didn't know why. So perhaps let's look through this room. There's lots of secrets in other houses we've been in, so why not this one? And I'm gonna start looking at the walls and things. And just
Okay. All right, go ahead and
looking
give the
for
room a good
secrets.
once over then. Give me a perception roll.
Okay.
Right.
We're all taking a crack at this, I think, right?
If you're all gonna have a good
Yeah,
search around the room, go
Sister
ahead.
tells me to do it, sister. I'm following big sister.
Yeah, I'll apply your search rolls to the areas that you're in.
Yeah, I'll be over here. Ooh, there we go.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you all, other than crates and wooden planks that are deployed for making coffins, you can move an awful lot of stuff, but that's about it. You know, this was the crate that had the bag in it at one point, and most of these other large boxes here are the ones that the spawnies jumped out of. What I will tell you is, Douglas, you notice that the 6 crates that the vampire spawn came from are all definitely made of different wood. They're not made from... Like, these boxes here were made pretty much using the same planks, but these were not. They were used a totally different wood. One, a type of wood that is not present here.
I'm gonna kind of lay on the grain and look at it from the side and be like, "Look at this, kids! Look at this wood. This is
What?
different. This is different wood. Not
Different-
talking maple.
Different from what?
Not maple. Definitely not birch.
So is there some
Look at the
relevance
grain.
to that?
I just said, look at the grains on this.
He's
This is
just
exotic.
very much into the types of wood. I'm sorry.
This
Yeah,
is
he's
good.
a-
I'm
he's a
gonna knock
dad,
on it.
so-
Okay. Yeah.
No, I was
Sturdy.
asking, is there a relevance to the fact that these are made of different wood?
Well, maybe if we knew where this wood came from, we would know where.
Oh,
they
I
were
see.
kept, right. This is different. This isn't what the coffin maker uses. So he.
Oh, so the likelihood is then that the vampire spawn were brought here in the boxes, as opposed to came
Yes.
in
he
and
didn't
then were
them
put in the
these.
boxes.
Yes.
Oh, I
maybe
see.
this wood is special wood that keeps undead in it. Could be a sturdier type of wood.
Curious. And he gets down and starts to move and look all around
Yeah,
the
and
sides of one of the boxes,
Look at that.
like he's
Look at
looking
that.
for something.
I love Christy doing a leveling.
Look
It's
at
like
that
her
green.
outro.
I don't see any
Exactly, it's like her
markings.
outro.
No wards, no sigils or anything.
Yeah, no wood glue. Only see nails. Okay. What do you think? Ever seen a wood like this?
I don't have an expertise at wood, I'm afraid. Sure, I have. I was more curious when you said that perhaps it was that these crates were somehow specially designed to contain these undead, but
Possibly, or just
unless there's anything specific about the wood itself, I can't see any sigils or markings or anything that looks like anybody had used any kind of magics or runes or anything to keep undead in.
all right. Well,
So, young Gemma, how long have you been practicing the arcane arts?
Since I came out of the womb.
Oh, really? You have a natural aptitude?
Well, no.
Oh,
she studies hard.
That's just I guess I was basically since I can remember I've always been interested in the magical arts, so I've been studying and learning from the famous witches and wizards in my area, reading books and practicing my magic. It did not come naturally. Don't tell anyone.
well, you do indeed have a remarkable family. As he kind of like looks at Douglas as he says that. I do feel I've possibly got on the wrong end of your oldest.
Oh, don't worry about Trip. He gets a little emotional sometimes, but he'll come around. You know, it just takes a minute or two. He's got a lot of all that acting, all that performance in him. He can't quite calm it down, but he'll get there.
Diomedes Godtail, dude.
What have you done?
What did he do?
What have you done?
What has he done?
What did he do?
A thing. He did a thing.
Diomedes?
He did a thing?
He did a thing.
Donation from Diomedes Godshield.
Well, maybe he should not do the thing.
No, it was a kind thing he did. A very nice thing.
It just rang up that there was a donation on the stream.
If you would like to undo the thing,
He asked
undo
if
the
he
thing.
could hit the button.
They told me to do it? What did you do?
Don't do it
Had
because
to
they
hit the
told you to
button,
do it.
Somebody said always hit the button.
I mean, if you got voices in your head, Diomedes,
Oh my
we're
God.
here for you. We support
No,
you.
No, it was
Diomedes
chat. It was
Godhill did a $300
Oh, Dio
donation.
opens an umbrella.
Oh,
What?
A
What the-
$300 donation. If that was a
What?
misclick, buddy, please let me know. Send me a message, and I will happily
Give you half of it back.
send it back.
It was the wood RP, wasn't it? Was it the wood RP? Is that what did it for you?
I think it was the Wood RP.
What RP?
I mean, it sure as shit wasn't the pudding, and it wasn't the Mexican
carpenter.
wave. It
Big
had to be
carpenter
the-
guy.
Oh, he loved it.
God.
Wow, thank you.
If you
Yeah,
intended
Diomedes.
that, bless your heart, that was never, as we've always said, it's never,
Holy shit.
we do this because we love it, but at the same time, well, I do know you, but at the same time, I never make assumptions when it comes to things like that. You could have accidentally hit a second zero. You might have meant 30. Hell, you might have meant 3. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I always donate $3 all the time.
But,
$3 for sure.
It's a good round number, 3.
Yeah,
But
three.
no, I mean, it is
Yeah,
very
it's got the
kind of
two
you,
round
and it's
parts,
very
you know?
ironic actually because we just renewed our yearly web hosting and our domain name, so just kind of covered that.
Good news.
That was
Thank
very
you.
cool.
Thank you, Diabetes.
So thank you so much for that. As always, never necessary, but
thought it
always
was
very
a
much
sub button.
that
appreciated.
was a sub button.
Oh my God.
That's awesome,
Thank
dude.
you.
Thank you. I'm sorry for breaking the immersion, but I couldn't ignore that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, let's get back to the wood.
Yeah, back to
Yeah,
Daryl.
Yeah, Christy,
You
do
broke
more
my
wood.
wood immersion.
Okay, sorry.
Do more wood shit.
Do more wood stuff.
I'll do whatever you want. Just tell me.
So,
what do you think about this wood?
So now he kind of
is,
like,
is this made from
as you're
birch
bonding
or-
over wood, as you're
Maple?
bonding over wood, he
Oak?
looks at Douglas and says, "So, as I said, I really wasn't meaning to pry. I was honestly really more angling to see if I could help you in any way. That was really why I was asking what your intentions are.
No, we appreciate it. Just you have to understand, since we've been here, there's been quite a lot of bait and switch.
Oh, I totally
with
understand.
the people we think we can trust, and of course my ever vigil. Oh boy, that word hard.
Oh boy, huh?
That vigilant. Nope.
Oh.
Vigilant. There it is. I found it.
Well,
Children.
No, I
Let
understand.
me finish the sentence. Okay, that's fine.
But you're the first people I've ever met that are here from Arconus, like me. I don't know if you noticed or not, but well, you couldn't have, could you? 1 second. And he takes his hat off. The second he takes his hat off, his face changes, and you notice he has slightly pointed ears. This hat of mine, it's kind of got a magical innate ability to disguise me, however I want to be disguised.
You're an elf?
Half elf. In fact,
See?
I'm half elven. I don't know if you noticed, but there aren't any here in Barovia. There were once upon a time a race of elves known as the Dusk Elves, but for all intents and purposes, I think all but all of them have been eradicated. Somebody has some form of xenophobia, and I didn't want to get associated with the points, as it were, and so I've deployed this hat to look more...
Try that hat? I'm curious about the magical properties.
No, it's fine. You don't need to try it. But you'd have to attune it to yourself, and that would cause it to be unattuned to me, and then I will have to wait for it to reattune. No, too much problems.
Too much tuna.
But as you can see,
I'm giving myself. I have been the whole time.
as you can see, I am trying to be as open with you as I can and as honest as I can. This would have allowed me to keep a guise up quite sufficient. When I say I don't want to have spells cast to compel me to tell you, it's an honest thing. After all, how would you feel if I was to do the same to you? And then ask you questions that you really didn't want to answer? You wouldn't really like that, would you? In comparison, there are some things I don't want to have to reveal at this point, at this conjunction, so that's the reason I'm really not for the use of spells in that guise. But I am willing to be a relatively open book.
I'm sure we all appreciate the gesture
Yes.
of showing us what you actually look like.
Incidentally, when he took that off, he looks older. He's got more of a pointed nose and kind of like tight grayed hair. He says,
Okay.
And I'm so used to looking like this. I also, tend to forget the voice as well. This is not my normal voice. No. Normally I sound a little different. This is more how I normally sound. So, perhaps I should make a formal introduction. I'm not a ringmaster by trade at all.
What?
No, My name isn't even Rictavio.
It's not?
No.
Laughing so hard.
Rather than to upset your young brother, perhaps we should invite him up here and we'll, have a more open discussion.
I don't think he's gonna like this one bit.
I'll go get him.
Sort of the whole thing he was worried about.
Or perhaps we could go downstairs
Let's
instead.
just go downstairs.
I'll go get
We'll
him.
bring. Oh, or we're not.
Trent! Yell.
Seth, do you think I was too hard on him? I mean, I just don't understand why anyone.
Yes, you were too hard on him. He wasn't lying to us. He was telling the truth.
Hold on, I'm having a heart-to-heart.
No, the heart-to-heart is over. I'm tired of you lamenting. You were wrong to distrust him. He's totally trustworthy. I trust him. He is a tiger. I'm just gonna walk upstairs.
I'm gonna walk up behind Seth and just headbutt his back and then be like, fine.
Just gonna walk upstairs and...
Hello there, big fellow.
I'm gonna stop dead as I look at him.
Oh, yes, I haven't got the hat on. Unfortunately, got to be honest with you, I was, being a little bit deceptive.
You're an
Only
elf?
for my own self. Well, half. I'm not a full measure of
That's what I
elf, just
said.
a half measure.
He was just about to share with some things.
Oh,
with us,
there he
right?
is. Young Trip. How are you, Sonny? Yeah, so, funny thing, this hat of mine, kind of makes me not look like myself at all. Yes, this, this gaudy-looking ring of mine. Oh, sorry. Yes, this is what would have stopped your spells from working. Can't be mind-controlled while you've got one of these on?
I'll have to get me one of those.
Well, I
So
brought them with me.
Trip.
But to be honest, I haven't found much in the way of magical things since I've been here in Barovia. Brought them all with me from Arconus. Yes, anyway.
So what's your given name? Because Victavio's not Elven. I mean, depending where you grew up. But
Well,
I'm
bearing in
assuming
mind I am again half-elven.
half.
And I've been nothing but honest with you, except for the whole complete ruse de guerre about the caravan and...
Why are you telling all of us this now?
What is your name? Degur? What? I don't know what that means.
No, he was.
no.
It's no.
a ruse de guerre. It's
His name is Rouge de Guerre.
It's a funny fancy word for pulling the wool over your eyes.
It's a common deception. He was just trying to look a different way, in a way which would garner trust, which backfired. So now he's being honest. His back's to the wall.
Well, no, that's not why I'm being honest at all. I'd rather like to get back to Arconus, and I would assume you would as well.
That's what we're here for, to try.
Have you met anybody else that wants to get back to Arconus? No? Didn't think so.
You don't need to do that voice now.
No, that's his natural voice.
No, this
isn't
is
it?
actually... Well, if you'd rather, I'll go back to this one, but this is a
Oh,
put-on voice, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Is it laborsome?
it seems like the other voice is way more laborsome.
Was it louder?
No, it's more expressive for sure.
I mean, if you're
I don't
taking
mind it.
notes,
Just what is your name, sir? Please.
Yes, well, my name is Rudolph. Rudolph Van
The
Richten.
red herring reindeer. Okay.
Yes, no, it's not the first time I've heard that jape. No, it's not very often I have a red nose unless
Rudolph,
it's bloody
Rudolph.
cold outside.
Rudolph what? Sorry, you said
Van
something else.
Richten. Oh yes, it's me.
Should we do like a
Incredible.
roll or
This
something
is
to see if we
incredible.
recognize
This
that
is where
name?
you
You
ended
won't.
up.
Okay.
You're from Arconus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know who I am?
No.
No.
This is where you ended up.
Yes, I suppose in rather small circles I'm somewhat famous, infamous, known,
What?
possibly.
I'm gonna nudge Seth and just be like, I see what you're saying. Completely trustworthy, this one.
well, most of us don't get out much. You might have to give us some
I mean,
clues.
I go to like, I stay in my pocket by the bouts and fights and stuff. Cantowin's like the farthest I've ever gone.
You're kind of two birds of a feather here. Local celebrity.
Yeah, Corthan to Candowin. A little bit.
Really?
Hather Sage, right? Well, they didn't really have fights there. I was pretty sure.
No, they didn't. It was lame. I mean, we moved on.
Maybe Finnerton.
There were one or two there with a good bout, but not.
What they're trying to say is, no, we don't know who you are. If you could shed some light.
Well, I was sort of a bit of a renowned slayer of things.
What?
You know, killing the odd vampire spawn myself, as it were.
Oh, you're an Octavius.
No, I don't think I'm quite the same as that boy.
Not at all.
I
Like
think
a witch hunter?
I think the most likened comparison would be to me at this point.
Oh no, not really that either, I'm afraid.
I don't understand.
Well, I do have the ability to channel some magics, and, this walking cane of mine, as he whips out the end of it and it turns into like a cane sword. He says, comes in handy. And then he, you see him go, and he, literally mimics Octavius's routine, exactly.
Whoa.
Not bad.
A half-elf Octavius, like I said.
Not
So
bad.
it's like if me and Octavius had like a little mixture.
Don't say that you're brothers.
No, I was going to say if we
Talked
were
about
like
this.
merged,
That's
Archon style. You know,
We
just
were
like
merged.
complete. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, look. As I said, in all earnest, I really am trying to see if I can help you, really. Because you've probably figured out by now there's only one way you're getting out of Barovia.
It's through the dragon's mouth.
Yes, you're gonna have to kill the son of a bitch.
Well, yes, but do you want out of here too?
Yes, he does.
Well,
Yes, obviously, it's not.
when I
the
first
greatest
came here,
place.
that was my biggest desire. As you can tell with my guys down, I'm not as young as I once was. So, to be honest, I'm trying to figure out a way to... Let's just say I'm more interested in dispatching the greatest vampire ever to exist. And if I can achieve that, or at least be instrumental in its success, then I will leave this mortal coil feeling I've done something of worth.
And without your soul trapped here for all eternity.
Wouldn't be a bad thing. Just saying.
Yeah, that checks out.
See.
And there's a word for it. It was wrong of me to be so rudely paranoid
No,
about the
I
nature of.
totally understand why you would want to. I mean, after all,
You
here
were
I am,
lying.
completely
Yeah.
not who I said I was, so your instincts were right there, young lad.
So I guess I would count you as an ally against and your motivations, they all check out.
Well, here's what I want to do. I want to give you some advice, if that's okay. You see, my tiger is for something other than just protecting my enormous, huge, delicious mound of stash that I've got tucked away in my wagon. I'm going to use it to assassinate the Vistani.
What?
What?
Oh, yes. Didn't you know? Vistani, all of them working for Strahd. All of them on his side. Oh, yes, any Vistani, you need to deal with them, I can tell you.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Well, we spoke with the Vistani. They also gave us advice about Strahd.
Lies! All of it lies! I'm sure. No. Anytime they're telling you one thing, if there's one truth, there's two lies.
But But we spoke
There's a
with the seer.
Vistani camp not too far from here. My
Right,
plan
so
is
where
to
might that
sneak
be?
down there late one night and let the bloody tiger loose. Let it run rampant through the camp and rip them all limb from limb.
That sounds.
And that would get you back to Arconis.
No, absolutely not. That's just a personal vendetta that I've got going on. You know, we might be able to grab one of them and right before the tiger rips his throat out, shake him into telling us some secrets about the devil himself.
Sounds like a pretty solid plan.
Listen, we spoke with a seer and a Vistani seer. She gave us these cards about what we need to defeat Strahd, and it checked out with kind of the story you told
Yeah,
us.
sounds
So I
perfectly
don't know.
legitimate. Here, let's play a game of poker, and oh, by the way, if you win, you get to kill Strahd.
Maybe we should try to find one of the cards first before we do your
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want to play our hand too early.
just to see how
We know where
it
the
works.
first thing is
We were gonna head there
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I'm curious as to how you found this angle.
What do you mean, angle?
Well, everyone has an angle, and yours seems to be kill the Vistani.
You know, my
I'd like
angle is
to know.
kill Strahd, but
Right, and
seeing as the most vile employees of Strahd are the Vistani, well, taking out several of them along the way seems like a pertinent thing to do.
Seems necessary to me.
at what point are the Vistani evidentially? What evidence do you have which ties an entire clan of people to servitude to Strahd himself?
Something to do with a bloodline. Apparently some Vistani did something for Strahd or one of his relatives, and they've been locked at the hip ever since.
He stumbled on something with this regarding the what was the house there? The whose estate was that?
Which one? The very first house.
Yeah, it's just the house with the child sacrifice and all that. What was that? What was that estate?
Oh,
The murder estate.
Murder estate.
Yes.
The Dunst estate. Yes.
The
it was-
Durst.
The Durst. Yes.
Durst.
We stumbled on some interesting thoughts on that regarding the Durst estate. I would suggest you seem much more capable than you let on.
Capable to
Intentionally.
some degree, yes.
Right. By
Not capable
intention.
enough to go toe-to-toe with Strahd.
Absolutely not. But we've recently, as we've come here, we were brought about by the Durst estate and stumbled upon some evidence there which you might find extremely interesting. I would
Oh,
suggest-
where's this estate, then?
To the, what was it? You'd have to, it's quite a hike. But for someone has lived as you are and experienced as much as you have, I'm sure it would be an exciting chapter for you.
Yes.
The Durst estate was you'd have to go into Barovia, the town itself, and then follow the road to, I believe it was to the east to the gates there, and then just a bit past.
Well, I'll have to
borderlining
look at
east.
it.
It's well worth the visit. There's quite a bit there to be found. Be wary that I think we did leave one undead roaming around in the basement, as well as a couple of unhappy children, which we did our best to put to rest.
Oh. Children.
It's a bit haunted, yes. But I understand you are quite talented in these regards, and
Yes.
if you could bring
quite.
them further peace, it would be invited.
Sorry?
You have children.
Not anymore. I had a son, Erasmus.
I'm guessing he didn't come to Barovia with you.
No.
Oh shit!
Holy fuck!
He was stolen away by Vistani and sold to some vampire named Baron Metis. By the time I found my son, it was too late. The Baron had already transformed Erasmus into a spawn and had to dispatch my own child. Something that I wouldn't wish on anybody. I know that I was merely putting his soul to rest, but... Anyway, it was through this Baron Metis that I found out about the existence of Strahd. Unlike most people, I found my way here quite deliberately. I came here to... I chose to come here, find a way, and kill the Devil Strahd. That was 30 years ago. Unfortunately, age has done as much damage to me now as Strahd ever could. That's kind of why I'm telling you this now. I
fear that with regard to the Vistani, our experiences have been very different. And I don't want that to create a rift between us. But given the larger scale image, should you have, say, released a armed saber-toothed tiger into the camp of the Vistani, that might create not quite a diversion, but the opposite. It might draw attention to our efforts to end Strahd in a way where we would not be able to continue our attempts.
Or perhaps it would draw the attentions directly to me, and you could then perhaps operate with more impunity.
It's not how I see it, given that he can control the fucking weather.
Well,
I think we should hold off on all your plans. Let us go to the winery and then report back to you what we found. And
In fact, the invitation
plan
stands.
accordingly.
if you have business at the winery, obviously you must take care of what it is that you need to do. But in the interest of good faith, I will delay launching an attack against the Vistani camp on the outskirts of Vallaki until I hear back from you. If
That's all we ask. Sure. That's good.
But as we've
Should you be
beaten
willing
around
to
the
keep-
proverbial bush quite a bit, do you intend to try to deal with the devil and get yourselves home? Or am I just wasting my time putting any level of faith and trust into you?
That is our goal. Yes, that's what we're here to do.
Well then, to that end, I will do my best to assist you. While I may not be able to be much of a worthy combatant in this fight, I know things and stuff. And I have the ability with my disguise to move around Barovia relatively unaccosted. So maybe we will find ourselves allies. Nay, not allies, but trusted colleagues working towards the same end.
I feel you have a bit
Now
more
gained a
lifetime on that than we do, so we might want to just call it friends.
Well, considering most of you are very young and I am not, I'll probably be dead and gone long before most of you. The only reason I'm
hope
still
so.
around is because of the little bit of extended life afforded to me by mother's heritage. I was
Just
a mere
curious,
human, I'd have been long gone.
Just curious, out of heraldry, who might that mother be?
Oh, she was nobody of importance, I can assure you of that.
Oh, but that changes between, the mortals and the elves, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, her surname was Carindel, if that rings any bells, but... I mean, she was nobody of any worth. My father, Otto van Richten, married her, and boom, here I am.
We're glad for it, surely.
Well, I'm pleased to have finally been able to drop this veil of deceit and be of somewhat transparent. But I'll let you go about your business and go get your wine or whatever it is you're off to do.
There's
I'll
a bit
see
of a
you when you
conspiracy
get
to deal
back.
with there. Yes. I will be back hopefully with some wine.
Thank
Good.
you, Rictavio.
Oh,
whatever
and,
your name is.
Yes, keep the name Rictavio. Don't let the Van Richten part drop. And he puts his hat back on, and you kind of watch his features change. After all, I wouldn't want Strahd to scry me and know what I'm up to any more than you want to draw his attentions to you. Incidentally, young Trip, the poem that I gave you, the one regarding the Fanes, I must confess that's not of my penmanship or my creation. A lonely old scholar told me about it. I believe it has some very pertinent information hidden away in there that might help us deal with this devil. If you can decipher it, at least.
Who might this scholar be? Do you know?
Alas, she passed away about 3 years ago.
Yes, but his name.
Her name.
Her name.
Yes. Madame Corteza. At first, I thought she was one of the Vistani, but then I come to find out that that was not the case. Anyway. Sounds like the rain has stopped. So, maybe we should make our way back to the, Blue Water Inn before we're discovered secreted away here and arrested.
The surprise sounds much better than whatever is in prison here. Well, I guess it would be a public stockade.
Oh, no,
Wouldn't be
no,
the
that's
first
only for
time.
minor crimes, such as...
Oh,
yes,
immediate death then. Yes,
Well,
whatever the good lady wife has in
apparently
store
there's
is
the
better
Reclamation Center where they do terrible, horrible things to you. And if that's not bad enough, that doesn't end up in your execution, one of the worst things can happen is they strip you naked, take away all your belongings, and throw you outside the gates, banishing you.
But I like my belongings.
Well, the trouble is, of course, if you're left out on the outskirts of Barovia, with nay to protect yourself, but whatever God gave you, you wouldn't live to see the dawn. So while it's considered a lesser offense, really much of the same thing.
Perhaps we should leave through the back door.
Well, as long as you leave without committing a crime, I'm sure you'll be free to come and go as you please, but there are numerous ways in and out of, in and out of Valaki.
This building. I mean, we should.
Oh, quite.
To avoid sight. Yes.
Yes, let's go back to the inn.
Right, well, I'm going to go and check on my tiger before I head back. But,
Fair.
other than that, if I don't see you again, if you're off to the winery to get your wine or whatever it is you're doing, I'll see you when you get back.
Okay. It's been quite an enlightening conversation with you.
Well,
Twists
for
and
being
turns
honest.
unlike any poem I've ever read.
and with you, a strange event to find a family so gifted so. What a weird turn of events that you'd all choose to go into such bizarre career choices. It's almost like you formed
It's not a
yourselves into
career.
a perfect little adventuring group.
It's my life.
It's my life.
Well, good luck. See you again soon. Oh, and, if it turns out that there's some of that Champagne de la Stomp hidden away at the vineyard, I'd very much like you to steal me a few bottles.
Yes, we'll do.
Fucking scoundrel. I love him.
All right, with that, he is gonna go off out, and he goes the opposite way to go check on his tiger, and you guys can all wander your way back towards the tavern. And that is where we're gonna finish up tonight, because we're already way past time.
Yeah, but here. Just get that measure. Ah, dagnabbit. Well, time for a beer. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, hello there. It's me, Christy, your D&D dad. I'm here to do all the things that a good D&D dad should do. Like mow the lawn, fix some shit, drink a beer, and of course, roll lots of 20s. And if you like all this, can you pan?
Sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, you look good. Yeah.
You should check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Christastics. And if you like D&D content, check out my podcast, New Crits on the Block. Anyway, I love you, my children.
If you're seeing this, that means that I'm back to playing Mondays on How Reroll. My handle is Satchmo on all platforms, and if you follow me, then maybe I can...
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Nothing!
Hi, is this my local zoologist? Yes, I'll hold. Hi, local zoologist. Yes, my name is Jane Ivana, and I'm looking for a snake that has a stinger. Yes. I'll hold. You don't have any? Alright, well, if you could look into it, you can contact me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, that's with a 0. Anytime. Yeah, or you could catch me on my Twitch streams. I stream like once a week on twitch.tv/JaneIvana. Alright, I'll hold. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, local zoologist.
Hey everyone, it's the Snuggler. This year, Jane asked us to go quick on our outros, so I promise I'll go as fast as possible. You're just gonna put all my information on text on the screen, aren't you? Son of a...
Hey, twitch.tv/Shagget here, and I'm trapped in Barovia. I'm hiding in a dingy basement with some art, the art dingy basement, nothing like what you usually see on my webcam when I do streams on How Reroll. And I'm not hiding from Strahd, believe it or not. He's a pushy Dracula knockoff. He doesn't scare me, I'm not afraid of him. I'm actually hiding from Gorbad, my dungeon master. He's out to kill me. I think finally surviving in 10 campaigns in Arconis throughout his stories, he snapped because of it. And because of that, he's out to really kill me this time. Contact me at @neb_convos on Twitter, please. Your support will help keep me alive, keep me on the run, keep my hope alive. I really need to see what happens to Radovan, Emlyn, and Alekma, and all my other characters that I've played. I really need to see what happens to them. I'm very curious. Oh shit, I messed up. I really messed up. I think he heard me. He's coming. See ya!
Hi there, I'm Gorbad, and thank you for watching How We Roll. If you'd like to keep up with us when we're not live on Twitch, you can check out our other forms of social media. Follow us on Twitter, @HowWeRoll. You can also follow our Facebook page. You can find the website at www.howweroll.com, and you can also find us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll, for an absolute ton of additional content. Also, you can follow the dmblog.com for some DM tips, world building guides, and all things D&D related. Cheers, guys. That was a long walk. Okay, they said Shagget was somewhere here, and the door to where he's hiding was a blue door. So we gotta find a blue door, blue door, blue door, blue door. You're mine now, Shagget.